Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy. All right, today we're starting the very last episode of the trilogy. You ready?
I'm ready. Are you ready, though?
I'm ready to party. Are you ready to party, chat? Oh, yeah. Oh, whoa, whoa. Hey, that's the Ami Faye statue.
Yep.
She should teach. Oh, the sword, the treasured Kurain village heirloom, whose name means seven-branch sword.
Seven sword. We could just call it seven sword if you prefer.
I'll stick with seven-branch sword. It's said that this sacred sword represents life itself. That sword looks really ineffective to actually fight someone with. So I'm guessing it's really just supposed to be Mia. Though the branches may appear to be infinite, the choice is limitless. Like our destinies, the sword comes to but one end, one merciless point.
Just like life. There's many branches, many doors, but it all comes to a point.
When when the silver cord, the fragile thread that binds us to this world is severed, another dead body.
You were saying about it being ineffective?
The illusion revealed and the implicit something of the son of a bitch. I knew the text was
finally sealed.
What did it say?
It said basically it's revealed how limited life truly is.
Okay, I knew the text was gonna disappear, so I was trying to rush it, and then I'm like, okay, I can't read the word. God, game, please stop with auto text. I can't do it with you. All right, February 6th, 9:48 a.m. Wright & Co. Law Offices.
Hey, Nick!
Yeah? What is it?
You know how I've got spiritual powers, unlike you?
Sure. You are a spirit medium, after all.
But just like you, if I don't keep my powers sharp, they get dull, right?
I guess so, yeah.
Glad you agree! Okay, Pearly, you're up!
Pearls?
Tag teaming him.
Maya totally roped Pearl into it, I know.
So, that's why we need to go on a special spiritual hotspot tour, Mr. Nick.
Huh? I'm lost. What's this magazine you're shoving in my face?
It's the New Year's issue of Cult! Winter Spiritual Location Special!
Oh. Pearls look so happy.
Good, Pearly! Very good! Just like I taught you! Keep it up! Maximize your spiritual power with just one night of intensive training. Oh! It sounds too good to be true!
Most of the time it is too true. Too good.
I'll say. Sounds more like a scam to me.
It's at a spiritual retreat called
Hazakura. Okay.
Hazakura Temple. It's way up in the mountains, and I bet it's nice and cold. Just perfect for training.
Then Maya says, by the way, Nick, what is Jonestown? It's saying this is the next Jonestown.
What's Jonestown? I'm not familiar with this.
It's a location of a cult. That's where they drink the Kool-Aid, I believe.
Now I definitely don't want to go.
You know, I think I've heard of this temple before. It's a famous channeling dojo. It's hard for even real spirit mediums like us to make reservations up there.
Reservations? For a temple? Are you serious?
Don't worry, I've already made special reservations just for us. Yeah! And I signed up for the special course.
That's nice. And the timing couldn't be better. Since we don't have a case right now anyway.
Alrighty then, it's settled. Well, come on, don't just stand there. Start packing your stuff. Yes, Mr. Nick, you better start packing your stuff.
Huh? Me? Why do I have to go?
Well, we have to be accompanied by someone over 20 years old.
Hey! I don't have anything to do with spirit power! The only thing I can channel is the TV. So, is there a heated pool at this Hazakura temple? Phoenix
No,
changes
there's
mind
all you
quickly.
get ice cream. Everything is cold. There's cold soup. All you can eat ice cream.
So basically, the worst place for a winter vacation.
No, but you can stand under a freezing waterfall.
Unless you're in the southern hemisphere, where winter means summer. Eh?
And summer means death.
Yeah, fair.
I don't know. They have a winter cycle down there, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
I've never actually gotten the answer to the question. Does the southern hemisphere have snow? Yes, they do. They do. Countries.
Certain spots, yeah. I think Australia, some spots of Australia do get snow. Same with Brazil.
Okay,
Southern
Brazil's one I'd have to double check because given how close it is to the equator, I know a good portion of it heads down south, but I'd have to double check on that one.
It's huge. Brazil is huge.
Yeah, I think it's like the 5th biggest country, isn't it?
One of. I think
it's got to be in the top 10 at least. Anyway, sorry, but I think I'll pass. I hate cold places.
What? No way! How can you be so selfish? Come on, Mr. Nick, look at this place. Doesn't it look beautiful?
Hey, wait a minute. That magazine, that... Oh, I guess Phoenix noticed it too. Nope, not going. I'm gonna be nice and toasty at home. What the?
What is it, Mr. Nick?
Let me see that magazine. Hey!
As that song goes, the bitch came back.
All right, now it's worth going. This nun.
Is she a friend of yours or something, Nick?
This girl. It's... Yep.
My name is Dahlia Hawthorne. I just want to say, it's an honor for me to be here in your noble presence.
She has such a great villain's theme.
Honestly, how can any woman ever count on you for anything? You disgust me.
She's got a good villain personality, too. But it can't be. She was found guilty and should still be in prison.
Mr. Nick?
I'll go.
Huh?
Hazakura Temple. I said I'll go.
Yay! Isn't that great, Pearly? Yes! Oh, thank you, Mr. Nick! You'd do anything for Mystic Maya, right? Even walk over burning coals, right?
You know that if you walk over burning coals fast enough, it should not burn?
Yeah, I've heard about that. I saw, I think there was a scene in the Jackass movies where they walked over burning coals.
Mm-mm. Yeah, apparently it's really bad at retaining heat, so if you walk at a decent pace across it, you shouldn't feel anything.
Good to know.
In case you ever come across coal that you have to walk barefooted. Just in case,
Cult,
you know?
New Year's issue, and a cult magazine featuring Hazakura Temple. All right. Dahlia Hawthorne. I knew there was no way she could possibly be at that temple. But I just had to see for myself. Who this nun really was.
Hey, Wolfo.
Oh, with a diamond. Oh,
And he
two
gave
diamonds.
another diamond.
2 diamonds. Hey, thanks, Wolfo.
Oh, by the way, in the Brazilian, like the Portuguese Brazilian fan dub of this game, it's set, instead of being LA, it's set in Brazil. And
Yeah.
I think that actually answers our question, because there's no snow in Brazil. They had to explain this away as, oh, it's just spirit medium powers. That's why there's snow on the ground.
That good enough, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
If we can cross-examine a parrot in this game series, then why not have spirit medium spawn snow?
To be fair, though, you can actually cross-examine a parrot in the law. People have done it.
Right. I forgot that was based on a true story.
Well, not necessarily based off, but it just became true.
Thanks for the ice creams, Wolfo.
It's so cold here, Nick!
Maybe you should put on something warmer for a change? Yeah, the thing about Maya's outfit is you don't see it in these images, but her bare legs are showing.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Can you imagine Maya in like a parka? That would be the cutest thing ever.
A parka. Remind me what a parka is.
It's a really heavy, like super heavy coat.
I guess.
Be cute.
I mean, I'm willing to try something. The only things she's ever worn in this entire series was this outfit and that maid's outfit.
Which was also awesome.
Hey, you
That's
know,
what I'm thinking. Everything.
To be fair, if the maid's outfit is the only other variation of Maya we ever get, I am satisfied.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's supposed to be cold. It's training. Achoo!
Her teeth are chattering so loudly. It's all I can do. It's all I can do to make out what she's saying.
Wow, Mystic Maya. So this is the famous Hazakura temple.
Pearl's
Pearl
not even,
feels no.
Pearl's not
feels
even
nothing.
fazed by it.
She feels nothing.
Curly? Achoo!
Well. How nice to see you here. Welcome to our temple.
I noticed the Magatama-shaped item around her necklace, like Pearl and Maya wear.
Yeah, she's a spirit medium.
Oh, thank you. Achoo!
Oh my. Thank you for coming all this way. Come now. You must be in cold.
What's with the past tense? We're freezing into human popsicles.
Well, we are high up in the mountain after all. In any case, we should speak here. Please follow me inside.
Thank you. I was starting to think I would pass.
Oh, yes. I almost forgot to introduce myself. I'm the head nun here at the temple. My name is Bikini. I bet you want to see me in a bikini, huh? You pervert.
Sorry, I just pictured Bikini in a bikini.
Bikini?
That's right. Actually, that's my temple name. What do you think?
I don't.
It is a tradition to have one, and I wanted something that has a nice image to it. So I thought, why not choose a bikini? Besides, it makes me seem younger.
I don't suppose you're already in the, Huh.
Oh, she's 48.
Okay. Well, whatever helps you sleep at night.
It certainly does. Oh, I signed up for your special course.
Well, my. Quite brave of you considering how cold it is. Young people can be so reckless with their health. Don't blame me if you become one of those you channel.
One with those you channel.
Reckless? Wahaha. Maybe you should take it easy tonight, Mystic Maya. We can come back another day. But you went through all the trouble to get reservations for me.
Yes, that's right. You come all this way, so please enjoy yourselves. There's still time before supper, so why don't you have a look around?
Oh, okay. We can examine a few things. Why not?
It's a
Oh, look! It's a cute little bell tower. I absolutely love the sound of a giant bell.
Oh? So which do you like better? That or the sound of money?
Ching. Oof.
Sorry, but I'll take money for the win, Nick.
What are you apologizing for?
She's ashamed.
So what do they say about the Japanese text?
What do you think, Nick? Pretty awesome gate, huh?
Sure is. Looks pretty well maintained, too. This thing kind of puts your hometown to shame, Maya.
Oof.
Yeah, well, a lot of things have happened in Kurain Village. We used to be a lot richer, back when people hired us to perform channelings.
Oh, I see. But now the place looks a bit run down.
I guess I was just born in the wrong time.
Well, there's a snowmobile here.
Oh, look! One of those snow motorcycle things!
Most people call that a snowmobile, you know.
Snow motorcycle thing! Snowmobiles! Same thing!
Snow blow mule. Is what she called it.
Did she really?
Slow blow mule.
Too bad we didn't invite Desiree. I bet she could race like the wind on this snowmobile.
Snowmobiles are so much fun, by the way.
I'd always wanted to try driving one.
Or maybe she'd give me a ride on this blow snowbile.
I told you it's snowmobile! Phoenix is just slowly losing his patience with Maya.
He's like, 3 fucking games with this. 3 fucking games with this shit.
Spirit medium up for adoption. Any takers?
It just shows, I can imagine it's like Phoenix Wright just like, who wants to adopt her? And it's just Maya as a Maya plush just sitting there.
Or just Maya inside like a box wearing cat ears. Free adoption.
That looks like the main hall where we're staying tonight. From here, it looks like one of those ice hotels you always hear about.
They gotta have a heater or something in there. Don't you think? I don't want to die.
I'm not worried. I brought my hot water bottle.
Did you bring one for me?
What are you talking about, Nick? Who carries around 2 hot water bottles?
Freeze.
If the cold doesn't kill me, the Ice Queen over here will finish the job. Well, okay, then I guess we'll move inside to the building. Okay, so there's a main hall and a suspension bridge. Let's go to the main hall first.
Ooh. Looks like they got, like, is that soup in the middle? Might be soup.
It's either soup or it could be a fancy urn.
Oh no, LinkToon. Now I know what I'm drawing. I think he's drawing Maya with cat ears in a little box.
In a box?
Yes.
Oh, yes. So that could be soup or that could be ashes. Do you want to take a spoon and take the chance?
You want to also kind of reminds me of?
What?
Like an incense pit.
Oh, like one of those small fireplaces?
Kind of. While I was in Japan, we went to these temples. It kind of looked somewhat like this, and we got a little incense to light, and you could stick it into a like little pot of sand outside the temple.
I guess that might be what it really is supposed to be.
But it still looks like soup. Yeah, I think those little sticks are incense.
It's freezing in here too. Achoo! It reminds me of the meditation room in Fey Manor.
Girls, you've been in an unusually good mood since we got here.
Well, kids are made of energy, you know.
As for you, Maya, you look like you're about to catch a bad cold.
Well, I'm not exactly a kid anymore, I guess. Achoo!
Is she going to make it? Let's see what the game says about it. It's an altar. Looks a bit old, but someone does a good job of taking care of it. Speaking of altars, I remember seeing one like this in Kurain Village last year. I guess they really do have something to do with spiritual power after all. Okay. The giant Magatama.
That's a big one.
There's a laughably large Magatama on the altar.
That's one way to describe it.
If I can see Cyclops with this tiny Magatama I've got, I can only imagine what kind of power this bad boy has under the hood.
This one is saved for the president.
Oh, are these... Okay. I bet the writing on these sliding doors are instructions for spirit channeling. Kinda like how we scribbled math formulas on the bathroom walls to remember them. What?
You know, to remember them, to like go to the bathroom during a math test, and then like kind of like, oh yeah, it's like that. Although we were always in my math tests, we were allowed to bring a page of like a piece of paper with all the formulas.
Yeah,
that
that was we were always allowed to, you know the formulas. Man, were things that harsh back in the day?
Some math classes they're like no, and then other ones, especially people that were in like the actual like industry of like mathematics and stuff like that, they're like, oh yeah, you're gonna be looking this shit up while you're at work, so might as well just give it to you.
Fair enough. Except we couldn't go to the bathroom during tests, and I can't read these walls. You can't go to the bathroom during tests?
To combat cheating like this.
Yeah, I could see that going very wrong in many ways.
Let's check the soup.
Check the sand pit, looks like it. There are straw zabuton?
Mm-hmm.
There are straw zabuton cushions arranged around a hibachi brazier. I haven't seen a layout like this since I saw this really old Japanese movie on TV. Ironic. If it wasn't for this hibachi, they'd probably freeze to death. Huh.
Oh, I think it's like a hearth, like a heating thing.
Makes sense. Okay, so now I guess we go to the suspension bridge. Heavenly Hall.
Dusky Bridge.
Freaking wow. I just noticed that.
What? Dusky Bridge?
It's just Times New Roman on a rock. That's a little funny to me.
It kind of does.
I can like, if I get a good look at the rock, I can tell they literally just pasted the text over it.
Mm. It's like, okay, guys, you got 5 more minutes to localize the scene. Okay, Time New Roman on the rock.
Wow! Look at this broken down old bridge, Nick!
Yeah, and look at that big canyon below us.
Hey! There's a river down there! It looks like it's flowing real fast. What's wrong, Nick? You look like you've seen a ghost.
I'm just not very good with heights.
Oh! Hey, I've got it! Maybe you should face your fears and try hurling yourself off the edge.
Why do Phoenix and Maya seem to be getting more and more hostile towards each other?
That's friendship for you.
Oh,
and it's more. I've always seen their relationship as like kind of brother or sister. Because like Phoenix kind of took it upon himself to kind of watch over Maya for Mia.
Right. I guess that makes sense. Yeah.
You know, 1, 2, 3, jump!
Yeah, but when I joked like this with my sister, I got grounded.
There's different relationships.
It might be just what you need to get over your fear of heights.
You can't be afraid when you're dead.
Yeah, death is a real good way to overcome phobias, all right.
And maybe you develop a new one.
Anyway, it sure looks like a rickety bridge.
Can't argue there. That's probably why it's called Dusty Bridge.
Read it again, Maya. It says Dusky Bridge.
Well, it's practically the same thing.
No, those are two very different words.
I see Madam Typewriter already hit that rock.
They try to, like, chisel it a little bit to look like it's, actually tapped into the rock.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? E for effort. Some letters are engraved into a roughly cut boulder.
Dusty Bridge.
Oh, for the love of God. It says Dusky. Dusky Bridge, okay?
Come on, Nick. Take a look at that bridge and tell me it's not supposed to be dusty. This sign is obviously wrong, and I'm gonna fix it. Now give me a pencil, Nick.
Do I look like a pencil holder to you? Okay,
Phoenix does seem like the type of person to have a pin behind his ear, though.
I mean, isn't that that'd be a good thing for a lawyer to have, I'd say.
Yeah, good look.
I can't believe there's a public phone here. Who would ever use it?
The people who live here, I guess. I doubt they have any real phones here.
Yeah, but it took like 20 minutes to walk from here to the main hall. It would have been smarter than to build the main hall here, don't you think?
Maybe you should work on channeling someone who makes logical sense, Maya. Let's take a look at this bridge.
Come on, Nick. Why don't we hop across the bridge? It'll be fun.
I'm not so sure. It looks like bunny hopping across the bridge would destroy it.
Okay, Nick. Then let's try to find a cute, fluffy little bunny and test your theory.
Well, I guess better the bunny than me. That's right. There's some, that right there sums up the fundamental difference between sane and insane.
You thinking Maya's sane, Phoenix? That's your mistake right there.
Heavenly Hall. There's a narrow path going off in a different direction than that of the main hall.
The sign here is so old. The text seems to have vanished.
The path leads to a wooden staircase that goes down to the bottom of the canyon.
Okay, all right. Wooden staircase on it then.
Do you really think that is necessary? You'd have to be blind not to see the stairs.
Well, it can't hurt. Just pass me a pencil, okay?
Graffiti is a crime, Maya. I wonder.
We had to talk to Bikini?
Why didn't I try that, actually? So what's a channeling dojo, anyway?
Oh, my! You don't even know that?
Forgive him, sister, for he knows not.
Oh my gosh. Well. Just call me Bikini and forget that sister part. A channeling dojo is basically a spiritual power training grounds. We have special holy items prepared here to help people boost their spiritual power.
Holy items?
If you train an entire evening surrounded by these items, it's quite mysterious. The spiritual power of these items seem to envelop you.
Wow. She must have just gotten off the trolley from the land of make-believe.
So what exactly is this special training?
You must be incredibly devoted to be interested in such a young age. It's a training session where you sit on a block of spirit ice and chant a spell. 30,000 times! All while being showered in freezing cold spirit water.
Maya, for real, this does not sound survivable.
It's February now, right? You had to be careful this time of year. If you don't watch it, you'll catch pneumonia, or even die of hypothermia. So be careful, you hear?
How am I supposed to be careful? Oh no, I knew I shouldn't have signed Mystic Maya up for this.
Dear God. Sister, about this picture.
Well, look at that! I must say I look rather divine here, don't you think?
Oh, yeah. Unforgettable in every way.
You mean it? Oh, I knew it! The makeup was pretty tough, but Iris helped me out.
Iris, huh?
Iris?
You little girl in the photo. She looks just like me, doesn't she? Well, first off, no.
Not even close.
We're just a small temple here, so she and I run this entire place.
Really? That kind of sounds like fun.
Sorry to cut in, but this Iris, where is she right now?
Oh, listen to you. You haven't come all this way to find, here just to find a girlfriend, have you?
Oh, believe me, I learned my lesson about women.
If looks could kill.
Visible eye daggers. No, 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 no. That's not what I had in mind at all.
Anyway, Iris is in the inner temple preparing for this evening.
Inner temple?
Yes, that's right. Iris will be back this evening. Why don't you go have a look at the main hall for now?
So she's in the inner temple, huh? Okay.
All right, let's go inside.
We're in the main hall.
The main hall? I think it's even colder in here. Achoo! Ah, Mr. Nick, do you smell that? It smells like meat and gravy. Yeah, you're right. I guess it's pot roast for tonight. Yum!
Weird. I thought they would serve something a little more, well, traditional.
What are you talking about, Nick? You think monks and nuns just sit around eating rice gruel all the time?
I plead the fifth.
Mystic Maya is right. Oh, I hope there's mashed potatoes too. I love mashed potatoes.
Oh, I love mashed potatoes.
I know, they're so good. Oh, this must be...
What a cute little acolyte.
Oh, no, that's someone
Oh.
else. You can take this one.
Greetings to all of you.
Oh, hello. Wow, this lady makes Maya look like 6.8 tenth on the, or looks like a 6.8 out of 10 on the weirdness scale.
Damn.
Your outfit. Did you come here for the special course too?
Unfortunately, no. Actually, I'm...
You're...
I have to square up.
You're Miss Elise.
Denuxium.
I think it's I think it's kind of French. X's aren't pronounced.
Oh, that's gonna confuse the shit out of me. Dionym?
Ionim? I think so. Let me look that up real quick, see if there's like a pronunciation.
Please do. This will drive me nuts.
Inum.
Dinum?
Uh-huh. Elise Dinum.
You're Miss Elise Denum.
Yes, that's right. You know of me?
My name is Pearl Fey. I'm your biggest fan. Who is she, Nick?
I see it now. Zavari! A fortune teller!
I've got all your books, Miss Denum.
What a sweet thing to say. And please, call me Elise.
Books?
Mr. Nick, don't you know anything? Don't you know who this is?
Well, an author, maybe?
Yes, and an illustrator of picture books.
Oh, she writes children's books.
This is basically like Dr. Seuss in this universe.
Fair enough.
Books! Picture books, huh? Oh, I get it now.
I'm sorry, I didn't know who you are. I don't get a lot of chances to really enjoy picture books.
It's all right. I take no offense to that. My books are nothing but simple stories for children.
And really beautiful pictures too, Miss Elise. Your books always make me feel as if my heart has been purified.
Does she write, like, children's romance stories or something?
She writes, like, easy for children to understand, like, books. Like, kind of, I guess, like, this is a Twilight, but for kids.
Yeah, no,
or
exactly. It's
Hunger
like,
Games,
is this where...
but for kids.
Yeah, exactly.
Or-
Is this where Pearl is getting her, like, fantasies from?
Yes.
Oh, dear.
I mean, also remember, she came from a broken home, so she puts more emphasis on relationships than, like, a normal person.
Yeah, no, I get that, too.
It makes me feel very happy to hear you say that.
You know, who takes care of Pearl, actually? Like, her father's gone, her mother's in jail. Who's taking care of Pearl?
I mean, technically she is part of the Branch family, but I think I think she's still highly regarded in the Kurain village. They probably take care of her in there.
I guess. I don't know how big their population is. Whatever. Someone's taking care of Pearl. That's why she's still alive. That's, I guess, all I need to know. I do have to admit, she certainly seems like a kind, sensitive lady.
Miss Elise won an award last year for her book, The Magic Bottle.
Yes, a friend of mine secretly submitted a story I had written to a publisher. They liked it so much that they asked if it was all right to make it into a book.
Wow. It must have been a really great story.
Maybe I should try to write a children's book too. If I do, you can secretly send it to a publisher for me, Nick.
Recently, I've accepted a sort of apprentice, you might say.
An apprentice.
He calls himself Lawrence. Lawrence Defum.
I think it's Laurice.
Laurice. He calls himself Laurice. Laurice Defum. I believe he's off doing some landscape sketches now. On Laurice's behalf as well, I'd like to thank you for your support.
Of course, Miss Elise. Anything for you.
Why come here?
Why did you come to Hazakura Temple, Miss Elise? Are you here to do some spiritual training?
No, that's not it. I'm actually here to gather materials for a new book I'm working on.
Wow! I can't wait to read it!
Rose is completely taken with her.
I wanted to do a book with a more Japanese feel to it this time.
So is that why you're dressed like you are?
The children have a certain image of me in their minds. I don't want to disappoint them.
What can I say? She's really a sweet lady.
Wow, Miss Elise! You're dressed up like a mountain nun!
Yes, the good people here were kind enough to let me borrow this. I'm wearing training clothes underneath my robe as well.
I want a staff like that!
It's a sick staff. You like the crystal sphere? It's real amethyst, you know.
Maybe we'll find one like that up here in this mountain. Good luck, Nick! I know you'll find me one!
Well, you'll have to excuse me now. I have to go help with the dinner preparations.
Wow! You mean you're cooking dinner tonight?
She's the full package right there. That's right. Would you like to help too, Pearl?
Yes, yes! I want to help with whatever I can.
Rose looks like she just won the lottery.
Oh, I'll help too then.
No, it's fine. Please don't worry about it. Feel free to relax and explore the area with your friend.
Huh? But...
Oh, yes! Please take this. I think it will be of help to you.
Oh, so the inner temple is across that, that suspicious-ass bridge.
The dusky bridge. It's a map to the area. We wouldn't want you to get lost now, would we?
The inner temple. There it is, on the other side of the bridge.
You notice something weird about this map?
Let me take a quick look.
And
it hasn't been I'll look again just a moment. Something did catch my eye about it, but I want to double check it. Well, if you insist, I guess we'll take this chance to go check out the other temple. Okay. Hazakura map. So now it's in the
Now you
court
can take a
record.
look at it.
Let's see. Wait. It can't be. My God, it is. It's a zoomed out version of the map from Mia's first trial.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Shit just got real, boys.
To quote Kronk from Emperor's New Groove. Yeah. Everything's coming back together.
Okay, I'll see you two later then. Remember, you're not allowed to fight. Come on, Nick, let's go. At least we'll stay warm if we keep moving.
All right, let's check out the temple.
February 7th, Hazakura Temple main gate.
Huh? Where did Sister Bikini go?
I guess she went to the inner temple to go help out that other nun.
Oh, right. I think her name is Iris?
Yeah, that was it. I want to find out who Iris really is, but I'm scared of what I'll find.
Don't ask questions you're not ready for the answer to.
Wow, they actually are going to cross that shank-ass bridge. Phoenix is actually that motivated. Nice.
Yeah.
Whoa! That bridge was shaking like jello in an earthquake.
Get it together, Nick.
At least half of the wood on that rickety bridge was rotting, I bet. Not to mention the last part only had like one board left on it.
Please stop.
It's like, hey, you shut up.
What's wrong with you? Your face is all green.
Can you not pick on me for a second? I'm still trying to get over the shock that we made it safely across that death trap.
Yeah, I guess I'm a bit surprised too.
Huh.
Pretty.
Yikes. That temple is in bad shape. It looks like it could collapse at any second. Guess people don't use it too often. Is this really where you're going to train tonight?
That has to be it. It's kind of creepy around here. Like a ghost might jump out at you or something.
A spirit medium afraid of ghosts? Isn't that ironic? Don't you think?
Training hall.
I don't know. Do you think we should take a look around real fast?
Sure.
Hey, a half-open gate! That's practically a welcome mat.
Yeah, except the sign on here says no entry. Shit,
Ah,
dude. How can you
You're
read that?
semantics.
Phoenix, I didn't know you could read Braille.
It's Italian.
Nick? Rules are made to be broken, you know.
You expect a lawyer to go along with that?
Oh, come on! You're such an old lady sometimes. Let's just go.
Don't blame it on me when Sister Bikini puts a curse on you.
Now you've got me scared. Let's just forget about it, okay?
Good. Good girl.
So that's the inner temple up ahead, huh?
It looks kind of run down.
Well, it wouldn't be very temple-like if it wasn't all bright and shiny.
So you're training here tonight, huh?
Yep! Then everyone will see my spiritual powers!
That is if you survive. Sounds like your stomach wants to show up its digestive powers instead.
I wonder if that roast is ready yet.
Just imagining her in the training is just like it's like pretty much that scene with Grogu being just like developed by the Force.
I didn't watch The Mandalorian.
Yeah. I figured after I was saying, like, he would not understand this reference.
Nope, no idea what you're talking about.
Looks like there's something written on it.
I can't read it, but if I had to take a good guess, I guess it'd say Inner Temple.
What's the point of a sign you can't read? Must be tough for the mailman when he's delivering here.
I guess the sign is a good indication of how long this place has been here. Alright, let's head on inside. What the crap?
It looks like a dungeon.
What kind of training is this?
Actually, it kind of reminds me a little bit. There's this hot spring place here in Colorado. It kind of gives me that vibe, where you kind of go into like kind of like a cave.
And there's a fucking dungeon?
Oh no, it's not a dungeon. I mean, I'm talking about like the stone walls and stuff like that.
Oh, this is mad suspicious. Maya, please don't go in there. Please, your spirit powers are not worth this. Man, look at this place. It's just a tiny, freezing cold room. So this is where you'll both be training, huh?
Huh? What do you mean both? I'm the only one.
Really? But I thought that...
Hurley's just a little kid. She couldn't handle this kind of intense training.
So says the girl who I can barely hear over the teeth chattering.
Anyway, the real training room must be behind that door over there. Yep, definitely getting the feeling it's back there.
Even I can sense there's something supernatural about the cavern behind that door. Oh, this has got to be Iris. You.
Excuse me, but who are you?
You're...
Hi there! We're just looking around since we're going to be staying here tonight. Is something wrong?
Imagining them staring at each other, just like...
No! It's nothing. I wonder why she's spaced out like that. Don't you, Nick?
Did you say something, Maya?
Not you too, Nick! My name is Iris. I'm one of the nuns here at this temple. I'm Maya Fey. It's a pleasure to meet you. The pleasure is mine. Oh, please, excuse me. I have some, chores to attend to. She sure is beautiful. And a bit spacey, I guess. I guess she's just not used to talking with urban sophisticates like us.
You take one look at Maya, that's the first thing that comes to your mind.
You just, like, scan your eyes down, scan your eyes up. Urban,
Sophisticate,
Nick?
That girl. It can't be, but...
There's something we need to take a look at here.
That's a number of things.
Actual training area must be on the other side of this door. I wonder what it's like.
Realize why is the lock on this side of the room?
Isn't
You
that
get
kind of
freaking locked. You kind of get locked from the inside.
Yeah, isn't that kind of how it's been? Isn't that the kind of the theme with this spirit medium stuff? With the channeling chamber, they were locked from the inside. Here, they're locked from the inside.
Phooey! It's
what?
Oh, go ahead.
Phooey! It's locked!
What were you saying?
I don't know.
Okay,
Come on, Nick. You know you want to open it for me.
I can't.
You've been in kind of a bad mood lately, haven't you, Nick? Zabari! I know what it is. IRIS. Iris and Nick sitting in...
How does this song go?
Iris and Nick sitting in a tree.
in a tree.
KISSING.
First come love, then come marriage, then comes baby in the baby carriage.
I've literally not heard that song in well over a decade.
Yeah,
That was kindergarten stuff.
That was like elementary, middle school.
Wow.
So
I
it was like
forgot.
it's approaching 2 decades for me.
Holy shoot. It has to have been at least 15 years. Dear God.
Ace Attorney.
Old.
This alternate title, Ace Attorney, makes us have existential crises.
Wait, what the hell? What was Phoenix saying there? Hang on, I gotta look at the stream playback. A hanging scroll. It doesn't look that old either. Okay.
Ah!
Ah! What is it? Why did you scream like that?
This scroll!
Oh.
It's my mother.
What?
Ami. No, it's not. Is it? No, it's not Ami.
No, it's
Misty.
Misty Fey.
It's Misty Fey, the master of the Kurain School of Channeling.
So
Good old Misty Fey.
That's Misty Fey, huh? Are you sure?
Yes. That crest at the top of the scroll. That's the special mark of the master of our tradition.
So that's what the mark means. What is it?
Nothing. It's just that I last saw her over 15 years ago.
15 years.
If it wasn't for that crest, I wouldn't have known it was her. My own.
Just a friendly reminder: 15. This is the last year before it's assumed she's dead, and Maya takes over.
Right, I remember that.
My own mother. And I can't even recognize her face.
Maya. Whoa.
I'm just imagining Maya's like hugging Phoenix, and then Phoenix just like kind of like grabbing the scroll and putting it in his pocket. Like, oh, gonna need this later.
Holy moly. I'm gonna be right back. Holy shit.
All right.
I need to. I should probably. Yeah, I'm gonna fill up my water real fast. Also, I need to take a moment to process that. Holy shit. I'll be back in a moment.
All right, guys, how y'all doing? Why is her picture down here in this dungeon? Because it's you got to remember this is she is the master of the certain technique. It's important for she is like a well established member of spirit channeling. So of course she'll be held in high regards, even in a training dojo like this. Got 3 moles removed today. Good. It's good to get those vermin out of your yard. Of the something technique. You laugh. That's what it's actually called. The Kurain channeling technique. I'm just existing. I get that, Frosty. I get that. And Jobu, I'm just messing. I know which moles you were talking about. That's good though. It's good to get those removed. All right. He's still processing everything. I don't think he's ready for this. I don't think a lot of people are ready for this. To exist or not to exist. That is the question. That is the question each and every living person must ask themselves. Am I truly existing? Or is the just universe existing around me? You know, there's some days where it feels as if the world is just existing around you.
Here. All right, I'm
and
back.
Now Siejax exists alongside her. Alongside.
What?
Oh, we're
You know,
just
I'm
having
not
a.
I'm not gonna.
we're talking about existing. Yeah, Jobu, like you got to understand that pretty much. It's like you got a 50-50 shot of if I'm going to be joking with what I say. You can't really take what I say seriously.
Is he still on about what happened in the Discord call last night?
No, he's talking about he got 3 moles removed today. So I said, "Oh, nice! It's good to get those vermin off out of your yard."
Jobu, you just play along with the jokes sometimes, dude. Don't worry about it. It's a hanging wall scroll showing Maya's mother, Misty Fey. It's not that old. The crest at the top is the official mark of the master. I wonder if this temple has some sort of connection to the Fey family.
I think it does, actually. Supposedly, it was founded by a branch family member of the Kurain school.
I'll have to ask Bikini more detail when I get the chance. About Maya and the Fey family in general.
All right, we now need to go to the suspension bridge.
Oh, that's it? We're done?
Yep, we're done in here. Unless you want to take a dresser.
Yeah, I want to look at it.
Look at this antique dresser! I wonder if there's anything valuable inside. Let's have a look. Oh, nothing. Just a bunch of clothes. Hey, Nick!
Huh? Oh, sorry. I was just thinking.
Oh? About Iris, I bet. Looks like you've been bitten by the love bug, Nick.
I'd rather not think about love bugs.
Well, that's a real thing?
Those are real little bugs.
I have to deal with bed bugs and now there's love bugs out in the world?
Yeah, in Florida, there was like a 4-week period where these bugs would migrate to Florida. Or at least this part that I lived in. And they just were everywhere. And you could just see every single car just smothered with these bugs.
That's disgusting.
And they were just mating in the air. And as a kid, I had no clue what was going on. So I just like caught them and then pulled them apart and they died.
Well, that's good. Show them who's the boss.
I'm like, you don't get to mate today.
Oh, what's this? You're about to lose your virginity? There goes your spine, bitch! Do bugs have spines? They probably don't. It doesn't matter.
No. Not in the same sense as us.
I don't think they're massive enough to actually have a full skeleton.
No, they do have... Technically, they do have a skeleton. That's their shell. The exoskeleton.
Yeah, fair enough. There are a bunch of musty-looking blankets and bedding set piled up here. I wonder why they're even here in the first place.
It's because all spiritual training is done under the supervision of a nun. I wonder if Sister Bikini is planning to sleep here while I train.
But if they sleep, what's the point of having them here in the first place?
Moral support.
I need my comfort blankie. It's cold.
It's like, damn, it's too fucking cold. As they're doing the spirit training, like, wow, I wonder how they feel.
Oh, wait, I need to... Oh, yeah, we haven't examined any of this stuff. Ooh, suspension rods.
It looks like this bridge is suspended by 4 of these wires.
They're really thin. Shouldn't they be a little thicker?
Oh, stop it. You're such a worrywart, Nick. If the bridge were really going to collapse, I'm pretty sure those boards will break before the wires ever did. What's wrong? You're turning into an overripe avocado again.
I don't think I can cross. I don't care how much you pay me. I don't want to cross that bridge again.
No worries, Nick. No one is offering you any money.
That's because no reasonable person would call that pile of popsicle sticks a bridge! The latter half of it was nothing more than a few planks of wood and some string!
Hey, if we want to get back, there's no choice but to cross it again, you know?
Maybe I'll just stay. I've always dreamed of living in a little shack in the woods.
Wow, you're really scared, aren't you?
Oh, there's one of these incinerators.
Hey! There's a giant robot buried in the snow!
Never change, Maya.
Well, there's something buried in the snow, but I think it's an incinerator.
Oh! But you gotta admit, it looks like a robot.
Sure. Anyway, I don't think it gets used. I don't think it gets used much. It looks pretty rusty.
Hey, Nick! Do you think this giant robo-incinerator can walk?
I told you it's not a robot. It's not especially big either.
Bah! You have no imagination. I thought it'd be real neat if you had to beat it, or if you had to beat it to advance.
A fight between a lawyer and an overgrown furnace? Who would ever pay to see that?
I'd pay. I'd see it.
Yo, that sounds like some anime setup. Let's do it, Phoenix.
Oh, wow! Look at these neat Buddha statues! Maybe I'll take one home with me.
I strongly advise against it. You do not want to anger any sort of god that might be out there. Maya!
But there's so many. They wouldn't notice if I just took one.
Are you kidding? Of course they'll notice! What are you gonna do with one of those anyway?
Put it in the office, of course. We can trade that wooden statue in the office reception area for one of these.
You know, come to think of it, where did that wooden statue come from anyway? You thieving, conniving little mouse. Ay, ay, ay.
I can just imagine like Phoenix is like doing office work for like a client. It's like, Nick, I got some furniture. And he's like, okay, whatever, put it wherever. And he just never thinks about it ever again.
Maya, where did this golden lighter come from?
I don't ask.
I wanted it in a claw machine.
Whew! We managed to make it back across Dusty Bridge. Nick, you look green. Are you feeling all right? Hey, what's wrong with you? Ever since we met Sister Iris at the training hall, you've been real quiet.
Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, you, wait up. Who's this?
You think he's yelling at us?
He must be. There's no one else around. Oh,
It's Lawrence, I think.
okay. Would you mind moving? You're standing right in my way. Or what the? Oh my fucking frack! Fucking Larry! I had a fucking feeling. I didn't want it. I didn't want to think it was gonna happen, but there he is. Fucking Larry!
It's your boy. Of course, it's the final case. It's going to have Larry.
Here we go again.
It's your boy!
Hey, I know you. You're...
Whoa! Sorry, gotta run! See ya!
Oh, okay. Hey, wait a minute!
Nice to meet you! I'm Loris Damone.
Liar! You're Larry! Your clothes may change, but you're still the Butz.
I'm Lawrence!
Larice.
Oh, Larice! I just imagine he doesn't even know his own name. He's trying to create. And I'm just here to do a sketch of Dusky Bridge.
So it really is our Larry. Not that I get why he's pretending to be someone else.
It's the boy, our boy.
So, what are you doing with the last name Denum?
Well, I wanted to start over again with a clean slate.
A clean slate?
I mean, to be fair, can you imagine going through your entire life known as Butz?
Yeah, that would suck.
Or don't you? Last time?
The mask-to-mask case?
After that, I started to realize I don't like this guy known as Larry Butz.
Oh, we have something in common.
And then, that's when I came across it. The Book of Destiny.
The Book of Destiny? Do you mean...
The Magic Bottle by Miss Elise Damone.
Larry's out there in his free time reading children's picture books.
So beautiful, so moving, so gentle. My heart felt cleansed. I was saved.
Maybe I should buy a copy of the magic bottle.
Wow! Larry would make a great book salesman. I really want to get the book now, too!
He's the most wonderful person I've ever met.
Elise Denum,
I'd follow her anywhere.
Well, she certainly is a very elegant lady.
You see? Here's a photo I took of her in secret.
What the
Larry,
crap?
that's creepy.
What the crap?
That doesn't look candid. It looks like she knew.
She had to have known.
Wow! That's a beautiful photo!
You want a copy, don't you? It's okay. I just happen to made extra prints.
What the crap?
Taken by her only pupil.
Still, it's kind of hard to imagine you as a picture book illustrator. So, tell the truth. You must have some kind of ulterior motive, right?
What are you talking about?
Alright, where's the Magatama?
I don't trust anyone anymore, especially not women.
It only took you fucking how many years to figure out
So,
how
Nick,
dumb you were playing the game?
So, Nick, are you available next week?
Talk about a bad case of denial.
Anyway, can you draw well enough to make a picture book?
Art isn't only about technical skill, you know. It's about having a pure heart.
No, it is mostly technical skill. If
I mean,
you actually look in the nitty-gritty.
like it. You had to like it while you do it, but yeah, you had to have skill.
Well, really, it's just art is no different from math. You have to learn like the formula and that kind of stuff. Art is not something that it's not a talent. There's really no such thing as talents. It's just something you have to learn how to do.
I believe some people are predisposed to better at learning something.
Well, you get, like, you can have certain, like, biological advantages and things. Like, if you have really good hand-eye coordination, art is, like, pretty easy for you to learn, from what I understand. It's little things like that, but I don't think there's really such a thing as just pure, unadulterated talent.
I'm more of a belief that some people are just a little bit better at certain things. I don't know.
No, that's what I was saying.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're all different. We all have, like, different genetic material and whatnot. Some genes are better suited for some things than other things, you know? Oh, my line. And that's why I'm asking, can you draw well enough to make a whole book? Nick, why do you gotta ask questions?
He's like, you got the whole... Now that you mention it, I wonder...
It looks like you still have some doubt in your heart.
True, it's true I do. But when I first saw her, I felt it.
You're into older women now?
Something inside me ended, and something else began.
Oh, Larry! It sounds like you've fallen in love with Elise Denum.
No, you're wrong! It's not her. It's the other girl.
Oh, for the love of God! He's talking about Iris. Other girl? Uh-oh. I got a bad feeling about this.
Larry, you're walking into a snake pit. No! Present the picture of Iris.
Her profile, you mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, her! My little Iris!
She's really pretty.
This girl, she's perfect! She's exactly my type!
Let me go ahead and snapshot that. Larry about to be caught in 4K later down the line.
Remember, bros before hoes. We have to let him know. We have to warn him.
Oh no, I'm done trying to help this motherfucker. He gonna learn the hard way.
Oh, Larry's gonna end up dead by poison or something.
And then he'll have learned the hard way.
You just imagine him as a ghost crying up the Phoenix. He's just crying like,
just
I
Maya
seriously
channeling
thought she
him,
loved
and he
me.
just cries the whole time.
He's like, I thought she loved me.
And then, like, the channeling's done. Nick, why are my clothes all wet? Larry had a lot of crying to do.
Oh.
Yup, you always liked those model types, didn't you, Larry? Hey, wait a sec. Didn't you say you were swearing off women?
Huh? Yeah, that's right. Of course I have.
So you're going after a nun? You know, the type of women that can't have physical relationships?
The heart wants what it can't have, dude.
Larry's just stupid enough to try going after it.
Mm-hmm. I have, basically, but Iris is different. I feel like I still have one chance left at a dream.
Snapshot that. Gonna be caught in 4K. Just wait for that 4K moment, guys. This guy will never change.
Everyone!
Hooray, Pearl.
Hey, Pearly! Dinner preparations are complete. Please come quickly to the main hall. All right, I can't wait to dig in, Pearly. I'm going to the inner temple and call Sister Iris. I always want to have a look at where Mystic Maya's going to be training. I also want to have a look at where Mystic Maya's going to be training.
She just runs across the bridge. It's like shaking and
Pearl,
shaking.
please! You're making me very anxious!
And she's like, la la la. Like pieces of wood are just falling down the canyon. February 7th, 7:46 p.m. Hazakura Temple, Main Hall.
Boy, I'm stuffed!
Are you sure it's alright to eat that much before your training?
Well, this kind of training is a battle of endurance. Mystic Maya, please don't do anything that might put your health at risk. No pain, no gain, I guess. I'm still worried about you.
Well, let's not dilly-dally, shilly-shally. You must get ready for tonight. Good luck, Maya.
All right, here I go. I'll see you all tomorrow, I guess.
Iris, please ring the bell at 10 p.m. for lights out, all right?
Yes, Sister Bikini.
And then, after you ring the bell, I want you to come join us at the training hall.
I understand, Sister Bikini.
Maya and Bikini seem really excited about this training thing tonight.
Well, Pearl, what are you going to do tonight?
Well,
If you like, you can come to my room. Perhaps we can read some books together.
Really? I'd love to. I'm not very good at reading.
Well then, would you like to practice reading with me?
I'd love to.
Rose is absolutely smitten with Miss Dunham. Am I saying this right?
Dunham, I think, or Dunham. I think Dunham is fine too.
Okay.
Yum.
So, Larry, what are you going to do?
Oh, me? Well. You know what? I just had like the most like wholesome thought. I could just imagine, like Pearls is with Dunham, and Maya's like training. I just imagine Larry and Nick are just like on a balcony, just like cracking open a cold one, just talking to each other.
Eh, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool. They're just like looking out in the sunset or whatnot,
All we need is Edgeworth, and it'd be like old times.
That'd be super cool. I'm just gonna hang out in my room. I can't stand the cold at all.
I totally hear you there.
Miss Elise, so, for example, how do you read this?
It says gravelly. That's kind of a tough word. Oh, gravely.
I was about to
It
say,
says
isn't it gravely?
Gravely. It's kind of a tough word, dude.
I don't think.
Give me a break.
No, I don't think gravelly is a real word.
To describe something as like gravel-like, I guess. I don't know. It's kind of a tough word.
Oh, okay. And what about this word?
This word is deaf. That's another tough one. It says roast. She's being so sweet.
What kind of book is she reading anyway?
Well, I'm going to wash the dishes and help clean up. I'll go visit you when I'm done, Miss Elise.
Well, not much to do, but to head to my room and huddle under the covers, I guess. No hanging out with Larry. Oh well. All right.
Only in my fan fiction. When Larry swears off women's and decides he wants to play for the other team.
All right. A little more than 45 minutes before the bell is rang. Ugh. It's a whole different type of cold up here in the mountains. Why couldn't the nearest bathroom just be a little closer to my room?
Mr. Wright?
Yeah! Oh! Miss Dunham. Are you going to use the bathroom too?
No, but have you seen Pearl?
What?
No. Phoenix like, what the fuck are you talking about? No.
I thought
she was with you.
No, not since after dinner. I thought she said she was going to your room.
I know, but she never showed up.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna look for her. Excuse me.
Miss Elise Dunham. A woman as mysterious in origin as her last name. But the real mysterious one is...
Oh,
Ah! Sister Iris!
good evening.
The real mysterious one is this girl.
Are you on your way to the bathroom too, Mr. Wright?
I can't let this chance pass me by. I should try to talk with her and maybe get some answers.
Hello.
Hello. Your sister Iris, right?
Yes.
So, when did you come to Hazakura Temple?
I don't remember. Ever since I was a small child, the temple has been my home.
So you've never left?
Well, I don't have any family left to take care of me. Sister Bikini, I've come to think of her as my real mother, as it were.
Ah, I see. But you didn't go to college? And maybe enroll in the Ivy University Literature Department?
No, I never had an interest in going to a big university like that. My training is all the education I need.
I see.
But, once in a while, when I get the chance, I make a trip to the nearby town. I can use a computer and a cell phone, too.
That's not exactly something worth bragging about. But I don't see any Cyclops. So I guess that means she's not lying.
Please don't stare at me like that.
She might get the wrong idea, Phoenix. And she might have to slice your throat. What kind of place is this, anyway? I heard it's for training to increase your spiritual power, or something like that.
It must seem awfully crazy to normal people like you.
Well, I have to admit, it is a whole different world up here.
I'm glad to hear you say that.
Huh?
Talking with dead people, who does it help anyway? I hate it.
Really? So then why stay in a place like this? Is something wrong?
I didn't realize it was so late. I have to go and ring the bell for lights out.
I guess it's almost 10 now, huh?
Mr. Wright,
Yes.
if it's all right with you, I would like you to have this.
But this is your hood.
It has the power to protect you from evil spirits.
Come to think of it, Sister Bikini was wearing one of these too.
I pray for your safety on this dark, cold night.
Oh, snap.
Oh, that's...
That's ominous.
A magical
You don't
hood.
just tell people that. You just like kind of say, "Hey, good night." And it's not. This will protect you on this dark, cold night.
A magical
Bye.
hood said to offer protection from evil spirits.
I'm sorry, but I must bid you good night.
Wait a minute, Sister Iris.
Yes,
Just now, you called me by my name. You said Mr. Wright. How did you know my name? I never introduced myself to you.
that's...
Sister Iris, please, tell me the truth. You and I, have we ever met before? Phoenix, that was not a good idea. Oh. Oh, this is gonna be 5. I thought so. Iris.
Oh, it's almost 10. Perhaps we can speak again tomorrow.
It's 10 p.m.
So my hunch was correct. She does know me. I'll have to try to talk with her again tomorrow. Huh? What the? That blood-curdling scream came from the courtyard! What the? It's Elise!
February 7th, 11:06 p.m.
That scream, I'm sure it came from around here. Ah! Someone's there. On the ground. Miss Dunham! Squish? I just stepped on something soft.
Don't step on my tummy like that!
What are you doing? Lying there in the snow?
I passed out! What do you think?
So that blood-curdling scream was you?
Forget about it! Hurry up and call the police!
Is there even a phone in the main hall?
No, but we still get reception up here in the mountains. You must have a cell phone on you, right?
I didn't bring it with.
Oh, you're useless!
Bitch.
I mean, even Iris has a cell phone. We've got no choice. You have to use the public phone at Dusky Bridge. Hurry, hurry, hurry! Run as fast as you can!
Yes, ma'am.
You don't hurry. Iris will. Iris will!
Iris will.
February 7th, 11:18 p.m.
It's farther than I thought. The bridge is just up ahead. I have to go tell Maya what happened to. Oh, don't pussy out on the bridge! Ah! Dusky Bridge! It's burning down! What the heck happened? What did you do, Larry?
I hate this application. Larry's just sitting there on front of the bridge like, hey, Nick, how you doing? What are you doing here?
Ah!
Huh? What is it? Is it me?
Don't scare me like that, Larry! I almost had a heart attack!
My name isn't Larry! It's Larice!
Larry, hurry up and call the police. I'm going to the entertainment. You're gonna cross that thing!
Maya's on the other side. Don't be stupid! The bridge is nothing but a burning wreck right now!
Listen to me! There's been a murder! Here, at Hazakura Temple!
What?
The murderer might have fled across the bridge! I have to make sure Maya is safe!
But...
Please, call the police! I've got to go! Get out of my way, Larry!
It's too dangerous! Nick, wait!
Holy shoot. I must have been crazy. I knew how dangerous it was, but I still went for it. Ah! Holy shit, Phoenix! Weakened even more by the fire, the rickety old bridge plank snapped and gave way. And I was swallowed by the eternal darkness that surrounded me. A final, terrified scream rose up to pierce the frozen air of that harrowing night. What the crap?!
This chapter does not mess around, dude. Date unknown. Time unknown. Location unknown.
Huh?
Ring. Who could that be at this time at night?
What? Edgeworth?
Yes. Edgeworth speaking.
Whoa!
Angie! Get up! It's an emergency! Huh? Larry, do you know what time it is? It's not Larry! It's Lawrence! Lawrence the Numb!
Clarice.
Larice! This is nothing more than a terrible nightmare. I'll just roll over and... Wait! Don't hang up! It's an emergency! It's Nick! He took a really nasty spill! Well, it wouldn't be the first time, so... I'm not joking! His life is in danger! What? What happened? Tell me! Talk about a guy with bad luck! He may already be dead! Anyway, you gotta come back! You're the only one that can help! My Iris! My beautiful Iris! She needs help! Alright. I don't know what's going on, but I'll be there as soon as I can. I'm at the detention center. Please, hurry! It's been 1 year since I left that country. I thought I would have to see him again for a while.
He's been out of the country? So he came back for a while and then just dipped out again?
Yeah?
Wow, okay, Edgeworth.
Sounds like it wouldn't be a pretty reunion. As if I expected anything to change.
Oh, is Larry behind? Oh, God.
February 8th, 2:19 p.m. Detention Center.
Okay, Larry's not behind bars.
Edgy! What's up?
I said, Larry's not behind bars. That's good.
You're late, Edgy! What took you so long? I don't want to hear it. I chartered a private jet to come here as quickly as I could. Well, you should have chartered a faster one. Anyway, just listen. Something happened to Miss Elise, and Nick is Maya and Iris and... Huh? Say something, Edgy! Before I came here, I stopped by the hospital and paid Wright a visit.
What?
I believe I have a better understanding of the situation than you at this point. So just a little fun fact.
Yeah?
Remember when Phoenix was reading about Mia's first case? He was
Oh,
sitting in
yeah, that
bed?
scene in the hospital.
That's canonically, that's when he read about it.
Okay, fair enough.
The murder victim was a picture book author, Miss Elise. She was found by Wright and the head nun. The suspect is the temple's young nun. Then later, while Wright was crossing the bridge, it broke and he fell into the river. The hospital says he'll need at least 2 days of bed rest. Yes, that's right! You got it! But they arrested her! My sweet little Iris! And here I was, convinced he was the one the police had arrested. However, I still don't understand what these two items are for. What are you talking about? They're things Wright gave me when I was leaving his room. This is the first. Oh yeah, by the way, we're playing as Edgeworth for
Yeah, I
this
kind of
portion.
figured that when the moment I saw the Magatom, I'm like, oh, okay, so the game's just gonna have us play as Edgeworth.
He said some nonsense about being able to see people's hearts with this. And the other, he couldn't possibly be asking me what I think he is. Could he? I'm begging you, Iris's trial starts tomorrow! With Nick out of the picture, you're all I got left! Oh my gosh, LinkToon finished the art, by the way.
Oh, did he?
You're the only one that can represent her!
Put it in Zeke's server. I'll put it up.
Oh my gosh.
What, is it already there?
Yeah, it's already there.
All right, let me go take a look at it. All right, here.
So
Let me
cute.
let me go ahead and I'll put it up for a second. Come on, work with me here. He even got he got everything. Spirit medium up for adoption. She's gotten all nerves and I don't want her anymore. That's amazing. Well done, sir. Well done.
It's so cute. One moment, sorry.
What's up?
What did you just say? You know, represent! Defend! What were you expecting?
Yeah, he's not gonna agree to this.
Why do you think I called you anyway? I'm a prosecutor, Larry. A prosecutor. Think, Larry, think! Do you understand what I'm saying? A prosecutor is a lawyer who... Don't talk to me like a kid! I graduated from junior high, you know? Don't worry about it. I promise I won't tell. But I mean, I heard a paper badge had no problem fooling an entire court before. This country's judicial system has fallen into such decay. Please, Angie. At least listen to her. Listen to Iris' side of the story. So Wright wasn't joking when he gave me this badge after all.
Thank you for coming. My name is Iris.
Edgeworth. Miles Edgeworth. I don't know if I can be of any help, but I will at least hear what you have to say about the murder.
Mr. Wright, how is he? Mr. Larice said that he might even die.
Fortunately, he will be fine. Larry, you moron! How could you say something like that? He was badly bruised when he hit the water, but otherwise he is unharmed.
Thank goodness.
Have I mentioned that she looks really cute with that blush?
Yeah. Or, well, no, you haven't, but, yeah, she does.
But he's caught some kind of nasty cold.
A cold?
He's running a high fever and is drifting in and out of consciousness. I must be imagining things. This woman, I feel like I've met her before. Edgeworth is catching up on it too.
She's a good actress. I mean, I can see how they could be fooled by her.
Pardon me, Iris. I would like to ask you something, if you don't mind. I have this distinct feeling you and I met before.
It must be your imagination, Mr. Edgeworth. After all, I hardly ever leave Hazakura Temple.
Hazakura Temple? What's that?
It's a place where those who wish to boost their spiritual power come to train. You need to undergo some very difficult training to release your inner spiritual power.
Spiritual power? Did you go to that temple for that reason as well?
No, I don't have any spiritual power. I don't need them.
In that case, what are you doing at that temple then?
I've committed some sins. Sins that I need to pay for. That's why I am there. And why I continue to train, to purify my soul.
I want to ask you about last night. The night of the crime.
Alright. I helped to clean up after dinner, and then went back to my room at about 8 o'clock. Later, I left my room to ring the lights out bell at 10.
Bell?
We ring it at the same time each night.
I see. And then...
And then...
Hmm?
I was told to go to the training hall, but... I went back to my room and stayed there.
Why didn't you go to the training hall like you were asked to?
I was frightened.
Frightened?
So I just stayed in my room and meditated until the murder happened.
There's more to her story. I just know it. I know there is. Maybe I should dig a little deeper. You were asked to go to the training hall on the night of the murder.
Yes.
However, you didn't go. Because you say you were frightened. What exactly were you so frightened of? What in the world?
Is there something wrong?
I'm sorry, it's nothing. It looks like she's not aware of them herself. These must be what Wright was talking about. The psycho locks.
Did he say psycho locks?
The psycho locks. I believe he says that I need to present this Makatama item to do something. So, do you have any idea as to what really occurred last night?
I think it was the result of the tremendous spiritual power that was unleashed.
Spiritual power?
Yes, spiritual training has been a cause behind many great tragedies. This incident was just another example.
Iris, I'm sorry, but I can't accept that. I'm a man of science. I don't believe in spiritual power.
Yes, I understand. Most people don't.
And I'm certain that the thing that killed the victim was a human. So please, answer me this simple question. Were you the one who killed Elise Denome?
No. I'm not the one who took her life.
No psycho locks.
So she's telling the truth. Interesting.
Those psycho lock things aren't appearing. I suppose that means I could believe that she's not lying.
What's wrong?
I can't believe what I'm thinking. Here I just finished saying that I don't believe in spiritual power. It appears that about all that you can tell me.
Thank you very much for listening to my story.
I visited Wright at the hospital before coming here. He asked me to take care of you.
Me?
Yes, at the trial tomorrow. He asked me to defend you.
If Mr. Wright has that much faith in you, Mr. Edgeworth, then I will gladly entrust my fate to your capable hands.
But before that, I have one question.
Yes?
Do you know Wright?
Why would you ask that?
Whenever you came up in our conversation, he would begin to act a little strange.
Mr. Edgeworth, what is Mr. Wright to you?
He is a very dear and indispensable friend.
It was 5 years ago. That's when I deceived him.
You deceived him?
I heard that he was in a lot of pain afterwards because of what happened. I know what a weak person I am. That's why I thought it was best if he never saw me again. I wanted him to just forget about me without learning the truth.
Well, if you ask me, Wright is still suffering. And until he learns the truth, I don't think he will ever be able to truly recover. Iris, it's not too late. You should go to him. Tell him the truth.
After the trial, obviously. You ain't going nowhere now.
I'll defend you, but only if you agree to that one condition.
All right, Mr. Edgeworth. I promise.
Very well. I will do everything in my power to get you an acquittal.
Alright, so do we get the Phoenix and Edgeworth? I guess not.
That's enough information gathering for now. I should head to the crime scene. Alright, let's move on.
I was kind of hoping to see Edgeworth's reaction to Phoenix in the hospital, but alright, I guess not.
Yeah, no one's crossing that. It sure is cold, alright. So this is it. Dusky Bridge. Oh, wow! It's you, Mr. Edgeworth!
I knew it had to be Gumshoe.
This is... you know how Phoenix always had Maya?
Mm-hmm.
Meet Maya!
Oh, no! Fuck, go back!
I think it was like this. Upgrade.
This is that meme where you push the upgrade button.
Yeah,
It turns out
it's like-
shit. Fuck, go back!
Oh, back! Detective Gumshoe. Long time no see! It's been about a year. Or has it been longer? It doesn't matter, Detective. What does matter is why you're shuffling around up here. Oh, ouch! And there's that sharp left jab. Well, I'm happy to see you anyway, Mr. Edgeworth. Let me guess. You were transferred by HR to the local precinct? A wise decision. The vast amount of nothing up here should be quite easy to guard. Oh my gosh, Shobu! Now put him in Maya's clothes. I heard you. I heard you came back in the country and arranged to come. I heard you were back in the country and arranged to come all the way out here. Everyone was real nice. They even let me take charge of the investigation, sir. Gumshoe indeed. Like gum on your shoe. He's impossible to get rid of. I'm supposed to report on the details of the crime, sir. Anyway, here I am, Detective Dick Gumshoe, reporting for duty. Great. Thank you, Detective. I thought Prosecutor Godot was gonna get here before me.
Oh, that's gonna be interesting. Godot versus Edgeworth.
That guy's a real mystery, I tell ya. Prosecutor Godot. I just got back to the country, so I don't really know much about the case. It's simple. Well, simple is as simple does, as they say. Oh, you got no idea how much I've missed that biting sarcasm of yours, sir. But seriously, this one's a piece of cake. There's a witness that saw the whole thing. A witness? Yeah, that bikini lady. Bikini lady? Here? On this freezing cold mountain? Well, you should talk to her yourself if you want the details, sir. I may have to talk to this bikini lady. I mean, decisive witness myself. So this is the bridge that Wright fell through? Yep. I can't imagine being that reckless myself. You ran a red light and hit a pole, dude. Look before you cross is how it goes, right? Or was that leap? And is there something on the other side?
Yeah, is Maya good?
Yeah, how's Maya just like a popsicle right now? Yeah, some other building they call the Inner Temple. but we can't get over there without the bridge, sir. What? Nobody lives there, so it's usually not a problem. But someone's at that inner temple doing some training, and now they're stuck there. Yes, I heard that from Wright. It's Maya Fey. Oh no. Her again?
Damn, alright, so now we know both sets of characters react the same way when they get involved with each other. Whenever Gumshoe shows up, they're like, oh no, not him. Whenever Phoenix or Maya show up, they're like, oh no, not them.
Anyway, the air's really turbulent right now, so we can't do an aerial extraction. No one's going to be able to reach the inner temple until tomorrow, sir. Will she be alright in this cold? So how did this bridge burn down anyway? We're almost 100% sure it was lightning. Lightning? So who is this Prosecutor Godot? I've never heard of him. Yeah, he's a new guy. Showed up after you left the country. He's a complete rookie, but no one can say a bad word about the guy. What kind of man is he? He just became a prosecutor recently, but he's good, sir. Real good. He's so good. How is it that I've never heard of him? Is he the lead prosecutor on this case? You bet he is! After all, you know who is right in the middle of it. You know who? Phoenix Wright, of course.
Ah.
For some reason, Godot really got it in for Mr. Wright. Oh? Yeah, he seems to have some kind of grudge. And what would be the cause of this grudge? I don't know. Maybe he made fun of his mask or something. He's like, aren't you a detective? It's like, out of all the people to have investigated this dude, none of this is making any sense. I better look into this at Godot myself. You're telling me the bridge caught on fire due to a fluke bolt of lightning? Yep. Last night it snowed for the first time in 3 days. It's a little unusual for lightning to occur during snowfall like that.
I've never seen lightning during snowfall, have
It's incredibly rare, but it happens.
Huh.
But according to the weather data, lightning definitely struck.
Okay.
I see. This is a very detailed weather report. Almost too detailed. It even has the exact time that lightning struck the bridge. Oh, that? We got that information from the witness's testimony. Someone actually saw the lightning hit the bridge? Who is this witness? Sorry, I'll have to go ask one of the local cops later, sir.
Oh, God.
You go to the main gate. Yo, Edgy! What took you so long?
Bloody hell, here we go.
It's so cold, my brain's turning into sherbet! I knew it was a mistake to race back to this country. What do you mean? Wright is going to be fine, and the case itself isn't anything unusual. I find myself taking a request to defend a woman accused of murder. Hey, wait a second! Hold it! Objection! What's going on here, Mr. Edgeworth? It's hard to explain, but one thing led to another, and... What kind of lame excuse is that? And you call yourself a defense attorney? Prosecutor Edgeworth is a prosecutor, and that's why he's Prosecutor Edgeworth. Prosecutor Edgeworth, defense attorney, just plain sounds plain weird, pal. Right, Prosecutor Edgeworth? I'm not sure what role I'm supposed to be playing anymore. Edgeworth just wants to get out of here. He's like, I'm cold. It's like, I'm wet, I'm cold, I'm tired, get me out of here. Dude,
Should not have bought a one-way ticket.
He's like jet lagged. He's like, what the fuck is going on? I don't see you for a couple years and your heart turns into sherbet. I'd say more than like sherbet. It's rather cold here. Iris didn't murder her. Someone else did it. I just know it, okay? So trust me on this one.
Well, trust and Larry Butz are not two phrases that go well together.
You ever the romantic, aren't you, Larry? Nevertheless, I'll do whatever I can to prove her innocence. At least until I pass the baton to Wright, that is.
He's in that hospital for another day, so... Okay, so we play part of this as Edgeworth and part of this as Phoenix. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I guess we got to talk to Larry.
Man, I'm telling you, Iris is too cute. Right, Edgy? You think so too, don't you? What's wrong? Why are you so quiet? To put it simply, your comment has me highly concerned. Could it be that the reason you think she's innocent? Come on! A girl that cute can't possibly be a murderer! He does not
Gumshoe.
know.
Find me a clinic that neuters men.
Right away, sir! Do you have a pet or something?
Oh, you could call it a pet. A misbehaved pet.
One that thinks with the wrong head, as it were. I was right after all. I should have never come back. No! Don't worry! I see things for how they really are this time. Honest! I had a penny for every time he said that. It's just that, well, Iris is a delicate flower. You can't force things too much. You know what I mean? Huh? I have no idea what you're talking about, Larry. Oh, forget it. I didn't say anything. Larry, where were you and what were you doing on the night of the crime? Larry's like, casual arson. Why do you ask? Larry. What? Don't tell me. You think I might have done it? What? Get lost! Go back to your chartered jet and get out of my sight, you creep! And I hope your plane crashes and you die! I'll ask just one more time. On the night of the murder, where were you and what were you doing? As I suspected, psycho locks.
Bloody Heisenberg, Larry.
I'm sorry, man. You know me, I just don't remember. I short-term memories is a wreck, dude. Alright, there's something we need to do real quick.
Okay.
This is totally optional.
Hey, wait a minute. I just realized something. The snowmobile. It's not covered in snow anymore.
Oh,
That should
nice
be added
catch.
to the court record.
I suppose this type of thing is necessary up here in the mountains. Say, this just gave me a great idea. Something tells me he's gonna tell me what's on his mind, whether I like it or not. I've got an idea for a brand new invention! It might even make me rich! An invention? Yeah! A car that can travel on the snow! I'll call it a snow car! So what do you think, sir? Would you go on a ride on something like that? Only after you take the first 1,000 test rides. Alright, present Larry the attorney's badge.
Alright.
Come to think of it, when you were a kid, you were always saying, when I grow up, I want to be a lawyer and defend people, or something like that. That was a long time ago. But see, now you got your chance to follow your boyhood dream for a day. Edgy, you gotta do it! You gotta save my little Iris! This is exactly why I hate childhood friends. Alright, move to the main hall.
Can't stand Larry, but he can't hate him either.
He's like, I know him too long.
Hey, there's a piece of paper under one of those things.
Oh, there is. Hey, hello there! How are you feeling? Alright, I suppose. Huh? Who is this? Hi, my name is Miles Edgeworth. My! A handsome boy such as yourself is always welcome. If the circumstances weren't so tragic, I might just... Please don't call me boy. I'm sorry to trouble you. But I'm looking for a woman in a bikini. Well, you have found her. Now, what can I do for you?
Imagining her in a bikini.
Edgeworth's like,
Gumshoe, get me a trash can now. Doesn't matter the size.
he's like, I'm going to the airport. I'm sorry, but I don't see any bikinis.
Don't tempt her.
If you ask nicely, I might give you a peek, big boy. Mr. Edgeworth, this is the head nun, Sister Bikini. She's the witness. Why didn't you tell me that earlier? This is exactly why your salary keeps on getting cut.
Salary cutting noises.
Well, actually, dumbass.
Actually, objection, dumbass. Haven't you heard? You absolute failure. Did Gumfuck not tell you? Ching, 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 ching.
My stomach's already growling in protest. So, what's the latest about my beloved Iris? Well, first, I want to hear what you know. First, I'd like to ask you about the last night. Well, last night, we had an acolyte here for training. After dinner, the two of us went into the training hall in the inner temple. She must be talking about Maya. Approximately what time was that? I suppose it was about 9 o'clock when we left here. Training lasts all night long. It's extremely exhausting. The channeling dojo's head nun must be in attendance at all times to keep watch. Wow, you're right. That does sound exhausting. Detective, this is no time for flattery. Sorry. Sometime around 11, You witnessed the incident in the courtyard. But your duty was in the inner temple. Why did you come back here? The way you're staring at me, I'm starting to get goosebumps. I'm starting to get goosebumps myself, but for a decidedly different reason. Oh, you get the chills pretty easy, don't you, Mr. Edgeworth?
Shut up, Discount Maya. Or shut up, Maya at home.
Mom, can we have Maya?
Mom, can we get Maya? No, dear, we have Maya at home. Maya at home. Fucking gumshoe!
No car! Audience laugh track. That's just gumshoe.
My aunt.
Exactly. All right then. I'd like you to tell me exactly what you saw in the courtyard. It must have been past 11. It must have been past 11 o'clock. Ah, no! I can't say it. It's too much for my poor heart. Hey, calm down, lady. Let's go. Let go of my tie. Oh,
what?
God. I saw two people. One of them was lying on the ground.
She got the fucking sword of Ami.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. The other one was stabbing her from the back with a sword. Did you see this criminal with your own eyes? I didn't want to believe what I was seeing, but it was Iris. You must have been quite shocked. Of course she was. Try putting yourself in her shoes. It'd be like if you were stabbing Mr. Wright smack in the middle of the courtroom. And I happen to witness it from the witness stand. I'd be pretty shocked too. I know it sounds insane, but that's what I saw. When I finally realized what I was seeing, I screamed, and then I passed out. Unfortunately for us, her testimony seems pretty solid.
Can't wait to see what the judge's reaction to Mr. Edgeworth defending is.
He's like, "What? You're on the wrong side of the courtroom."
Mr. Edgeworth, I believe you got lost. You're supposed to be on the other side. No, Your Honor. Today, I stand here.
He shows the defense attorney badge.
I don't even know what's what anymore.
He's like, whatever. The idea of Iris doing such a foul act seems unnatural. Unnatural. The girl I know simply isn't capable of this sort of foulness. I wonder what she means by that. As the head nun, it is your duty to stay with the acolyte at all times, correct? Yes, that is correct. I know I may look strong, but the truth is, I have got a bad lower back. A bad lower back? Yes, it's especially bad in the winter. So bad that I can't even lift a bucket. Remember how cold it was last night? My bad back felt as stiff as frozen glass. I just wanted to take a nice hot bath to ease my aching back. That's why I returned to the main hall. So you left the disciple all alone. Don't be ridiculous. I would never do that. That's why I ordered Iris to the inner temple after I had rang the bell. After she had rang the bell for the lights out. Yes, but she never went to the inner temple, did she? So did the head nun actually see Iris there? I think I better try to get some more details.
So let me see if I got that straight. Iris never went to the inner temple.
That is what Iris claims.
Okay. So if we
And
assume...
Bikini left Maya to fix her back. But at the same time, why would she do that? Like, her duty was to stay with Maya.
Right.
Something's not adding up here.
Indeed.
And she said it was like, oh, it's all right because I told Iris to show up.
But Iris never did. Also, I can't possibly think of a motive yet for why they'd want that author dead.
So who is this acolyte that was to train at the inner temple? Her name is Maya Fey. I treat her very badly, I'm ashamed to say. And after she went through the trouble of signing up for the special course.
You can hear Maya across the ravine. I want a refund!
And burger!
And a burger!
They're just like flying her over burgers. They're just trying to like throw them to her. We got a burger cannon set up, sir. Special course. It's a training session where you sit on a block of spirit ice and chant 30,000 times. You don't mean to tell me that she's still doing that over the inner temple, do you? No, of course not! You don't have to worry about that one little bit. Last night, we still hadn't started the training session itself. Well, that's good to hear. Oh, dear! There's one thing I forgot to tell you. Uh-oh. I don't like the sound of this. You know that small girl? I believe she is Mystic Maya's little sister.
Shit, I totally forgot about Pearl. Where is she?
Yeah, where is Pearl? Maya has a little sister? Oh, you mean little Pearl? That's Maya Fey's cousin. Little Pearl?
You've met her before, Edgeworth.
Has he?
Yes, he did. In the second game.
I don't think so.
Yes, he did. I'm telling you, he met her.
That was Von Karma.
What?
That was Von Karma.
No, Pearl was running around with Phoenix during that time. She met Edgeworth during that time.
Oh. Yeah, probably. I thought she was going to visit Mystic Elise after we finished the dinner
Mystic Elise.
Mystic Elise. Oh.
I don't remember her being called that.
Who is this Elise? Remember, only people who are powerful in channeling. Remember, it's supposed to be Mystic Maya?
Exactly. How interesting. Keep that in mind, everybody.
But I haven't seen her at all since late last night. She's nowhere to be found. You mean she's with the victim? Oh, she was with the victim? It's all the fault of my stupid Greekio back. The little girl who was with the victim at the night of the murder is gone. As they say, the plot thickens.
Oh, for the love of God, Gumshoe.
Let's see here. Present Iris's photo or profile.
There you are.
You said you went with Maya to the training hall in the inner temple last night. Did you happen to see Iris while you were there? Oh. Of course I saw her! I told her to meet us after the ringing the 10 o'clock bell for lights out. So you're saying Iris came to the inner temple then? Of course she did! Iris has always been a good, obedient girl. After that, I had Iris help Mystic Maya begin her training. Doesn't fit Iris's story at all. She said that she never went to the inner temple. As they say, the plot thickens.
You...
Let's examine that piece of that paper. Some more Niza cushions in the corner of the room.
I think it's Enza.
Inza cushions. What's that white? What's that white piece of paper sticking out from under that stack? Beats me. Do you mind checking that for me, Detective Gumshoe? Yes, sir. Here you are, Mr. Edgeworth. Looks like an old manila folder envelope. What is it, Detective? This could be it! An ultra important clue! A super special clue! I suppose I should read it myself then. Looks like a letter addressed to Sister Iris. Tonight at 10 at Heavily Hall. Unless you want your secret to be exposed. This sounds like a blackmail letter.
Interesting. We know she didn't go to that temple, the inner temple, because she had no psych locks regarding the matter.
Mm-hmm.
So what is this?
Nice going there. Nice going there, Mr. Edgeworth. Why can't I ever find a clue like that? You're an ultra important prosecutor! A super duper prosecutor! Well, I suppose it takes a super duper kind of dumb to miss a clue like this. Can we take a look at that in the court record?
Found in the main hall. Maybe she dropped it. To Iris of Hazakura Temple. A salutation here. There is something I must talk to you about. I'll be waiting for you tonight at 10 at Heavenly Hall. Make sure you come. Unless you want your secret to be exposed.
That's why she didn't go to the inner hall.
Heavenly
She was
Hall's the
meeting
name of
with
that
someone.
stairway, right?
Let's take a look at the map real quick.
Right. Let's see. Should be this one. Nope.
Maybe it's in Hazakura Temple, because it's just the inner temple and then Hazakura Temple.
I thought they had mentioned something about a stairwell leading down into the ravine. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm remembering things wrong.
Maybe. Can we take a look at the weather report as well? We never got like full details on that.
Let's see. Eagle Mountain weather data, February 7th. Snow, with occasional lightning strikes. Snow, 7 to approximately 10:50 p.m. Lightning, 10 to approximately 11 p.m. Lightning struck Dusky Bridge at 10:45. Around 30 minutes passed between the fire starting and going out.
Okay, so lightning hit at 10:45. The crime happened at about 11.
Okay.
All right, let's move to the courtyard.
Don't think we've been here yet. Oh my god.
That's a lot of blood.
Are you telling me that statue was dropped on someone?
No, it was the sword.
Yeah, but that the way the blood is scattered around implies that it happened at that spot.
Maybe. And this is where the murder took place, sir. Other than removing the body, we left everything else untouched. Thanks, Detective. I'll just have a look around. Looks like the police are still investigating. Oh yeah, by the way, I thought I'd better ask, just to be sure. Are you really going to defend that nun, Iris, at the trial tomorrow? Yes, I will. I gave her my word, and now I must follow through with my commitment. Well, in that case, I've got to be careful. Got to make sure I don't leak the prosecution's whole investigation. Don't worry about it, Detective. Just keep your mouth closed, and I think most of it will flow out on its own. You got it, sir. I'll make sure it flows out like water from a tap. Yes, you do that, Detective. Just how much has your runny spout leaked over the years? Oh, let's investigate something real quick.
Yes.
Do you see what I see?
All right, let me take a look around. I see a lot of things. I see this humongous thing of blood. That looks like
No,
cloth. There's
what's like the
staff.
running joke of the series, though? Yeah! Let's see how Edgeworth responds. The main gate must be just over that stone wall. Oh, stone wall! I jump over a few of those in my time. Most of them are good memories, but not all. Detective, perhaps someone should introduce you to the concept of paucity of words? They just ignore it.
Maybe,
I guess that's
maybe if we
later.
come back here as Phoenix, we'll get something. I don't know.
Maybe.
Anyway, here's the staff.
What's this? It looks like a wizard staff. Where's the amethyst?
Hey, where is that thing?
That belonged to the victim, Miss Elise Denum. There's nothing strange or magical about it.
Amethyst isn't that valuable, is it?
It's more of like a spiritual. It's seen in spiritual practices, actually.
Okay.
But no, in it of itself, it's not the most valuable gem.
All right.
Oh yeah! Listen, this is just between us, okay, sir? Yes. What? This is top secret stuff. Don't tell anyone about this. All right. The truth is, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a wizard. God bless Gumshoe. Can you imagine him as a wizard?
Can he make himself disappear?
Edgeworth wants him to disappear. He's so happy about it, too. That's it? That's what you wanted to tell me? That's it? This staff is made from a very strong kind of wood. Oh, fingerprints. Were there any on it? Just the victims.
Victim staff added to the court record. You're a wizard, Gumshoe. Gumshoe in the Harry Potter world.
Would he die in the Harry Potter world, or do you think he would like be just fine in there?
Ooh, he'd probably be one to die.
Now I want to see Gumshoe as like a detective in other series. Like, have you ever watched?
What?
Have you ever watched the movie Seven?
Yeah, I love that movie.
Can
One
you
of the
imagine
few
Gumshoe?
movies I actually love.
Can you imagine Gumshoe being one of the detectives trying to find John Doe in Seven? So
I just like I just got my mind in Harry Potter. Like I'd love to see them try and do an autopsy on someone who had the killing curse cast on them.
Edgeworth's like, what the hell is going on, Edgeworth? I mean, going on, Gumshoe?
We don't know. We have no cause. He's literally just dead. All we have is some witness who heard the words Avada Kedavra.
So the sword was this gold statue. So the sword from this gold statue is actually the murder weapon? It sure is. It's called a Shidashicho, by the way. Nasty piece of work, sir. There's still blood on it. I suppose this is the victim's blood? Yep. It's all over the blade. And speaking of all over the blade...
Oh no. Don't say fingerprints.
No. Fingerprints. There it is!
Ah!
There are fingerprints all over the hilt of the Shidashito, too. Fingerprints? Naturally, they match the prints that we got from the young nun, the defendant. Her fingerprints are on the murder weapon? Welcome to Wright's world, Edgy.
Oh god, I owe Wright an apology. I owe Wright many apologies.
What's wrong? You look really solemn.
I just stepped into Wright's world for a moment, Gumshoe.
It was dark. But there were also burgers all over the place. Is this how it is for Wright? Is this what it's like to be a defense attorney?
I am so glad I did not choose that career path.
How did my dad survive this? Yeah, I figure it doesn't feel really good. To be honest, it feels more like it's detrimental to your health.
The murder weapon has the victim's blood and suspect's fingerprints on it.
All right, we need to talk to we need to talk to Gumshoe.
Okay.
It's a lantern. I suppose they light it at night. That's something elegant. There's something elegant about the light of a fire. I agree, Gumshoe. At the end of each month, I always like to relax in my room by candlelight. Are you sure it's by choice? Detective, can you not afford to pay your electricity bill?
Gee, what gave you that idea, Mr. Salary Cutting Noises?
How did you know?
Damn. Okay, I gotta look at this.
Ah, I just love skiing. Really? You don't, seem like the type. Well, what about sleds?
Personally, I think sleds are more fun than skiing.
Have you ever been skiing?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I've never been skiing or snowboarding.
It's not as easy as it looks.
Oh, it looks difficult as all hell.
Yeah, it's easy to crash, I'll put it that way.
Sleds? Nah. They're a little too kiddie, you know? Messes with my hard-boiled image.
Bruh, sleds are badass. What are you talking about? They're awesome. They're fun.
They are awesome.
Have you never seen National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation?
Oh my gosh, yes.
I don't fucking care that that dude could have died. I want a sled like that one day.
What's with the silence, Mr. Edgeworth? Is the world starting to go mad?
Welcome to Wright's world. Oh, actually, you know what? Something I want to try real fast.
Huh? What's that thing doing on your lap, old Mr. Edgeworth? Is it really that odd? You bet it is, sir! A prosecutor wearing a defense attorney's badge? That's like a detective with a license to kill. Does this little thing hold that ominous of a meaning?
Alright.
The victim is a famous picture book author, Miss Elise Demone. Her entire past, up until she won the writing award last year, is a total mystery. It's hard to believe in this day and age that you could still find people like that. The estimated time of death of the victim was between 10 and 11 p.m. on February 7th. Cause of death was blood loss resulting from a stab in the back by the murder weapon. The murder weapon? The victim was found skewered with a giant sword, sir. That's terrible. Yeah, but there's one strange thing. Yes. The victim's entire body was covered with bruises.
Huh?
The bruises are consistent with falling from the height of a two-story building. Two-story building? That would be about the same height as that room in front of us, correct? Hey, you're right! Way to go, Mr. Edgeworth! That just happens to be the room that Elise Damon was staying in. Maybe she was pushed out the window after she was stabbed by the sword?
Updated autopsy report. Time, 10 to 11 p.m. Cause loss of blood from a stab in the back. Body fell 10 feet after death?
After death. Someone wanted to make sure she was dead. Now then, detective. Let's see if we could summarize what we learned so far. Okay, let's take a look at the map. According to the testimony of Sister Bikini, the head nun, right after they'd finished dinner, she and Maya Fey headed for the inner temple.
I'm surprised that bridge held up.
10 p.m. After ringing the bell for lights out, Iris went to the inner temple. Mind you, they did say something about it being about a 20-minute walk from Hazakura Temple to the bridge.
Right.
When she got over there, Bikini had her take over while she went back to Hazakura Temple. And then lightning struck the bridge at 10:45. After taking a hot bath to soothe her back, Sister Bikini witnessed the murder in the courtyard. You want more details? You should ask Bikini herself in the main hall. The inner temple, huh? I'd like some more information about that place. The trial begins tomorrow, but who's the prosecutor? I'm pretty sure it's that Godot guy, but nobody can get a hold of him. So they're looking for a replacement.
Oh, boy.
What do you mean? It's really weird. All of a sudden, no one can reach him.
What?
Wonder if the rumors are true. Maybe since Mr. Wright caught a cold and won't be defending, he just lost interest.
Jesus, Godot seriously has it out for Phoenix that much.
Yeah. He's like, this is not my concern. Let me have some coffee. I intend to appear in court in the role of a defense attorney. However, I would be quite unhappy if it came out that I'm actually a prosecutor.
Your Honor. he goes to the prosecutor's side, just walks over to the other side. Your Honor, the prosecution is not present. I move for a default win.
Yeah, I can see why. But I'm not the one that you have to worry about. I think the real problem is going to be that judge. Yes, he certainly would remember my face, even after such a long absence. That's why I requested that another judge proceed over the trial tomorrow. We've only met each other once. There's a good chance he won't remember me at all.
Please, no. Please not that, Judge.
You know which judge we're talking about.
Come on, I was so bad at the accent. Please don't make me do it again.
You're doing it again!
Fuck!
Yeah, but what about the prosecutor? Everyone in the prosecutor's office must have known you. Wouldn't it be a problem if someone there made a big stink, sir? There's no need to worry. I pulled a few strings and arranged for a prosecutor of my own choosing.
Huh?
Huh? Wow, Mr. Edgeworth! I have no idea you had such powerful strings to pull.
He requested oh, it's probably gonna be paid so we can kick his ass.
What is this inner temple that Maya was supposedly training at? According to Bikini, it's an old building they used for training the acolytes. It's on the other side of Dusky Bridge. The bridge that burned down, huh? Is there anything else on the other side of that bridge besides the inner temple? Nope, not a thing. Nothing. The other side is surrounded by cliffs on all sides. In a way, it's kind of like a little island out there. So, the only thing there is the inner temple. I hear it's not the kind of place a person could survive in. Please be alright, Maya.
Alright, where to?
Let's go to the detention center. We have enough to break some psycho locks.
Do we really?
Yep.
Oh, hold up.
I don't see Larry anywhere. Maybe we scared the poor kid away. His heart was shut tight with the number of psycho locks. I guess I'll have to look for him now. What a thorn in my side.
Oh, screw that. Who cares about Larry? We need to... Okay, I think you go from the suspension bridge to... Okay, so that's how you get to the detention center.
It's so weird.
Mr. Edgeworth.
I came back because I need to ask you a few more questions, if you don't mind.
But I've already told you everything that I...
Iris, please remember. I'm on your side. You can tell me anything.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, so I guess...
Break those locks.
Alright, so...
I don't like to walk alone at night. And last night was...
What about last night?
Oh, nothing. It's rather silly.
So there was something special about last night. Looks like I have no choice but to break these locks. Let's talk about the inner temple real quick, actually.
Very well.
I thought that's what we were talking about before. I just finished speaking with the head nun of Hazakura Temple. She testified very clearly as to what happened. She said she saw you stab Miss Elise Deneau with a sword. And one other thing. She said that when Maya Fey began her training in the Inner Temple, you were there as well.
What?
When I spoke with you last, you claimed that you never went to the Inner Temple. And yet, Sister Bikini says she met with you at the Inner Temple that very night.
But I didn't go there. I didn't go to the Inner Temple last night.
Looks like she's unwilling to tell me the whole truth. I wonder if I'll find the answer I'm looking for if I break those psycho locks.
Here we go.
Let's do it.
Did he just go British for a second? Hold on. Take that!
Yeah, that's his take that. Voice
All
clip.
right.
Since I have been handed this case, it is my duty to dig up all the answers. Understood. Understand?
Yes, sir.
The smallest flame can sometimes bathe a case in a whole new light. In my years of court, I've seen it happen over and over again. Damn you, Wright. That's why I've committed to searching until I have those answers. Now then, is it really true that you didn't go to the inner temple last night?
Yes, I swear. I already told you that.
Yes, you said you didn't go because you were frightened.
That's right.
If that's the case, then the obvious question is, what were you so afraid of? Iris, I wonder. Is this what frightened you so much that you couldn't even leave your own room?
The blackmail letter, you think?
Mm-hmm. Take that! I found this in the main hall. It is addressed to you.
That's...
Well, Iris?
Why? Why are you glaring at me like that?
It's my serious face. You're scared of the blackmailer who wrote this to you. Isn't that correct? Is that the evidence? Oh, was it the evidence? Or the power of my glare that broke that lock? Oh well. I don't suppose it matters either way.
But, Mr. Edgeworth,
Yes.
I thought that letter was just someone playing a prank on me.
A prank?
Well, yes. After all, even if I did have a secret, there's no one to tell it to that would cause me any grief.
Wrong.
I wonder about that.
Sister Bikini is like a mother to me. I would never hide anything from her.
No. You may not have anything to hide under normal circumstances. However, last night was different.
Huh?
Unfortunately, I don't know the exact nature of your secret yet. However, whatever it is, there is one person you didn't want your secret told to. Hey, you got a new follow.
Yeah, it's Sasha. Just followed. Thank you. Hello there.
Phoenix Wright. You mean something to Phoenix. You mean something to Wright, it seems. I could tell he holds a special place in your heart as well. That's why you didn't want him, of all people, to know your deep, dark secrets. Well, what do you have to say?
I should have expected as much, especially from a friend of his. After dinner, this letter was waiting for me in my room. As I said, I was frightened by it.
What is this heavenly hall the letter mentions?
It's a small mountain shack at the base of Dusky Bridge.
A small shack, huh?
It's more like a broken down shack that no one would ever go near.
Where is it on this map?
Let's see. Aha! Okay, so that must have been what I was thinking about.
Mm-hmm. You were right.
It's around here. To get there, you must follow a small path down from Dusky Bridge. The reality is, to get to the inner temple, I had no choice but to cross the bridge. But the thought that such a terrible criminal could be lurking at Heavenly Hall. I was so scared by the whole affair that I didn't even want to think about it.
So this is the secret that you locked away in your heart.
Yes.
Looks as though I may have to visit this Heavenly Hall now. Maybe I'll find some sign of our mystery blackmailer. In any case, you still claim to have never left your room last night.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Iris's testimony rang lights out bell at 10 p.m. and was then in her room until the murder was discovered.
The trial starts tomorrow. I promise you, I will win. I'm going to win so that you and Phoenix Wright can see each other again. But when I do, you must promise me that you will tell him your secret.
But it's pointless.
Why would you say that?
Because I may never know who Phoenix Wright is.
Wait, what? I may know.
Because I may know who Phoenix Wright is. But he has no idea who I am.
All right, let's move to Heavenly Hall.
Something about the way she said that seems strange. You know who he is, but he doesn't know who you are. Huh. What the? What am I looking at? Did Larry make those?
Yeah, it looks like it. Is he the blackmailer?
Oh, no way. Larry does not have the guts to do something like that.
Whoa!
Or does he?
No. Maybe she misinterpreted it.
Oh. Yo, I just thought of something fricked up.
What?
Larry's been so depraved of female attention for so long, he was willing to resort to something drastic to get it.
Oh, no.
No! Larry! No! Tell me you didn't! Larry, don't let it be true!
Whoa. Not much of a view down here, huh?
Sorry, I'm still on Larry.
No, it's okay.
If Larry actually blackmailed that girl for a makeout session, I swear to God, I'm gonna just look the other way as somebody throws him into the river down there.
I hope you can swim, Larry.
Wait, guys, I can't swim. Good. Woo, yeet.
Look what Big Bastard said. What no puss does to a motherfucker.
Larry, can I introduce you to internet porn?
It's still better than the view from my apartment, though. Someone's here. Hide yourself, detective. Oh? Why? Why does this always happen?
You.
Whenever I find a girl I like, they always run away.
Can I just want to... Oh, no.
Okay, so maybe it's not necessarily blackmail. No, it is blackmail. It's blackmail. But
This is like a type of blackmail. I don't think he's like... Maybe he doesn't have a malicious intent. But
it's
God
still kind of
damn,
blackmail.
Larry.
I
This
think it
is-
was he didn't. What secret? Like he could. Maybe he thought something innocent was like the. Oh, I got your little secret.
Yeah,
but
that's
she
what I'm
actually
thinking.
has that secret.
But goddamn, Larry, this is like...
Bad timing,
Look,
Larry.
I hate this word, but this is mad sus. That is mad sus, you fucking idiot.
He even chased one of them to Japan. It's going to. Next is going to prison, I guess. I'll steal that detective's wallet. That'll get me locked up for sure. Nah, can't do that. I can't do that to someone who looks like he's down on his luck. He's just talking to himself. Shh. Be quiet and listen. I knew it. I shouldn't have done that. I blew it again. Done that? What did he do, I wonder? Hey, you! About what you just said! I got an objection!
God damn it, Gumshoe. We are surrounded by idiots!
Sorry. What,
What's this?
what the? Edgy! You dirty rat! Gumshoe, you oaf! I'm sorry, sir. Before I knew it, I was just shouting out objection! And it was a loud, commanding voice, too! I even pointed with my pointer finger! You've watched too many trials. I'm sorry. Okay, Larry, the jig is up. What have you got to say for yourself? Is this little shack anyway? Well, I just discovered it myself yesterday. And why were you down here in the first place? Come on, I'm an artist. I was looking for a good place to sketch. This is a great little place. It's, artistic. It's quiet, it's cold, it's got no power, and it looks like it's about to collapse. Oh, sounds a lot like my apartment there, pal. One thing's for sure. No one's likely to show up and disturb you here. So, can I get you something to drink? Some hot water, maybe? He's getting all buddy-buddy with us, sir. Listen to me, Edgy. You've got to do this. You've got to save Iris. Why are you so sure she's innocent? Because she's cute?
I plead the fifth, Edgy.
Watch your mouth! Anyway, I've made my mind out about it. I'm going to marry that girl.
I'm done! I can't with this guy anymore! Just fucking... Simp! Zeke, I can't do this anymore! I can't with this fucking guy!
Edgeworth can't whip anymore. Mr. Edgeworth is pretending he didn't hear you, so I'm going to ask for him. Have you already asked this girl to marry you? No, not yet. But I could tell how she feels by the look in her eyes.
Siejax.exe has stopped working. Siejax.exe has decided to stop working. Siejax.exe doesn't want to work anymore.
I got this. I really want this man to carry me over the threshold look. I'm sure Nick would be surprised. He never imagined that I could marry such a beautiful girl like that. Something tells me he would be shocked indeed. That's why I didn't want her to do anything dangerous. I mean, what am I gonna do if she gets hurt? What's this guy trying to say? He lost me about a mile back. If we really want to know the answer to that, we're gonna have to drag him into the witness stand. Come to think of it, you still haven't answered my question. Where were you and what were you doing last night? Oh man, don't you have anything else to talk about?
Nope.
With that kind of attitude, you'll never be a ladies' man like me.
This is emotionally triggering stuff. He has the audacity to call himself a ladies' man after everything his pathetic, worthless ass has done.
Ladies' man material.
You know what? I think lonely is being okay. I think the world would be a better place if Larry never reproduces.
Oh my lord, more butts in the world.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, chill it out with those scary eyes, I got it! If you really want to know, last night, I saw something incredible. Something incredible. Yeah, but let's not talk about it now. Let's talk about the good old days. What do you say? Come on, I'll pour you a nice cup of hot water. Why hasn't he realized that I absolutely despise talking about the good old days, especially with him?
Do we have what we need?
Yes, we have what we need.
Alright, you bitch.
Take that! The night of the crime. Alright, now you're going to tell me what you really saw last night. Whoa, you're really upset, aren't you, Edgy? Okay, I'll talk. Huh? That was a bit too easy. Yeah, anyways, it was awesome! Never seen anything like it. At around 10 o'clock last night, it started thundering. I've been sleeping. I'm not sure for how long. Suddenly, zing! The world in front of me went white. Like I've been slapped in the face by my old girlfriend, Naomi.
Oh, Naomi from Quartz Party. He's like, hey, babe, what's up? I'm not your girlfriend. Get the fuck away from me. Satoshi comes up. Hey, what the fuck are you doing? Knees him in the ball sack. And I'm there to film it all and post it on the internet. Like you deserve,
World
Larry.
Star.
Yeah, there we go. World Star! Hey, Larry, your nuts good? No? Good. That means you can't reproduce.
And then it was on fire. The bridge was on fire. Dusky Bridge caught on fire? Are you saying you saw it with your own eyes? Hey, what are you giving me the evil eye? I'm telling the truth. There's still 3 Psycho Locks remaining. That means he's still trying to hide something. By the way, Larry, where were you when you saw that happen? Where you say? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do I mean? Just answer the question. I was on my own room by the main hall. Just more locks start appearing. It's just like locked up like he's Houdini. Where else would I be? As usual, you're as transparent as an empty jelly jar. Oh, thanks, Edgy. That's the nicest thing you ever said to me. The problem, I suspect, lies there. There? What do you mean, there? It's impossible for you to see lightning strike from Dusky Bridge from your room.
I think this would be a map. What?
Yep, you're right. This is the map of the area. Take a look around the vicinity of Hazakura Temple. What am I looking for? I think that should be fairly obvious. The main hall is surrounded by trees and it's impossible to see the bridge from here. What? Why didn't you tell me that before? Well, how about it? How about what? Do you feel like talking now? About what? It looks like it won't be easy after all. You leave me no choice. I'll have to move on to the next step. You weren't in your room at the temple. So then, where were you? You don't know that I wasn't in my room.
Ugh.
So where was Larry? And why was he there? If I read the situation up to this point correctly, the answer is fairly obvious. Very well then. Let's test my theory.
Aha.
The place you witnessed the lightning strike, Dusky Bridge, was here. The place you saw the lightning strike was, naturally, Heavenly Hall. Well, why would I be hanging out in this old shack? It's freezing cold. There's no electricity. And it could fall apart any minute. Larry, how do you know that anyway? How do you know there's no electricity? After all, it's not that dark yet. Uh-oh. In other words, you have just provided evidence to prove my theory. My theory that you have at least once in your life visited Heavenly Hall after sunset. I have to admit, I'm impressed, Edgy. You're in a totally different league from Nick. That's nice. Now tell me. What were you doing at this cold little shack last night? That's what you call a fair decor. Think you mean a fair corral?
What does that mean?
Let me look that up.
Affaire de cour.
I love a fair.
A love affair. Huh. Is that French?
Yeah,
Or
it's Affaire de... okay, let me hear the pronunciation.
Affaire de Cour.
Affaire de Nail.
Denaire, you said?
Yep, Affaire de Nail.
Okay, I'm not even gonna start with you, French. but it means love affair.
Yep. Could it be that you were waiting for someone? Oh no! You really are one scary guy, you know? I believe that last night, you were waiting for this person to come meet you. There's only one person you'd wait for in a horrible place like this, Larry. I told you before, don't call me Larry. The person you were waiting for was Iris. Oh, suddenly I feel cold all over, Edgy. No doubt because of my chilly glare. So you think I got the hots for Sister Iris, huh? Do you have some kind of evidence? You got something that proves I was waiting for her? Or are you just guessing? This is where I draw the line and end this ridiculous little game. Here's the evidence that proves you were waiting for Iris.
Oh no. Don't tell me I'm right. I'm right.
Here's your evidence. You called her to the spot with a pathetic blackmail letter. Oh, hey! Give that back! You're embarrassing me!
You're an embarrassment to humankind, Larry.
What are you doing with that anyway? That's not important. I misjudged you, Larry. What do you mean? Taking advantage of a woman's...
Frailty.
Taking advantage of a woman's frailty like that. You should be ashamed of yourself. Oh. Oh!
I'm gonna refer back to, let's see, I don't know, maybe 15 streams ago. Is this your Chad? This your Chad, Zeke?
No.
Good.
He's a terrible
Finally
person.
denouncing fucking Larry. I knew
First
I'd
of
get you to
all-
do it one day.
You do know I was like kind of messing.
Oh, but you
He's
were
always-
you were defending him pretty hard though. I'm labeling this a victory for Siejax.
I forgot honestly about this portion of this part of the game. This one right here.
Shoulda thought about that before you called him Chad.
Whatever.
I'm just going to bask in my victory for a little while. You may go ahead and do your lines.
Is your ego really that shallow that you need to bask over a little victory like this?
Oh, I enjoy. Don't you know you have to enjoy your little victories here and there?
Yeah, whatever.
You don't get many in life, so you might as well enjoy the ones you do get.
All right then. First of all, this on the top of the letter. It says salutation here. Well, that's what it says in the book. Letter writing for dummies. You're not supposed to actually write that. That's where you're supposed to write, Dear Iris. Edgeworth just brings out a chalkboard and just starts teaching him. He puts a dunce cap on Larry and just starts teaching. I'm so sorry!
I noticed hashtag neuter Larry is going in the chat.
Let's get
All
that
for it.
trending.
Let's go.
Let's get that trending on Twitter.
Hashtag neuter Larry.
So you were here in Heavenly Halls last night, weren't you, Larry? And you saw the lightning hit Dusky Bridge, didn't you? Sorry, Edgy. Sorry doesn't cut it, you scumbag. Treating a young lady like that. Wait, hold up. What now, pal? What are you talking about? What threatening stuff? I'll tell you what. You try to scare Iris by threatening to expose her secret, pal. What do you mean threaten? When did I threaten her? Unless you want your secret to be exposed. That sure sounds like a threat to me, pal. Blackmail, in fact. Give me a break. It's a love letter. Have you ever been in love?
No love letter threatens to expose a secret, you retard!
What did you just say? My love for her burns so hotly, it can melt all the snow on this mountain. Oh? Then what is the secret you mentioned? Come on, Edgy. Don't you get it? I'm talking about the secret between the secret love between her and me.
Hang on, I need the pillow real fast.
Get it out of your system, sir.
I can't do it with this guy. I can't. He's so stupid.
Obviously, she didn't want old lady Bikini to know about it, right? About her hot and sour, bittersweet love affair.
I'm seeing colors.
There's
Mainly red. Mainly red.
Before we select the next topic, there's one thing we need to investigate.
Very well.
All right, then why did you send a love letter in a business-like manila envelope? Give me a break! It's not my fault I didn't have any other envelopes! Yeesh! Then why were you so quick to apologize, pal? It's cause Edgy gave me that scary look of his! Edgeworth's doing breathing exercises. What's wrong, Edgy? Why are you so quiet all of a sudden?
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just booking your neutering.
That's it? That's all all those huge locks were about? I don't understand why you were so defensive. Well, I don't know either. I guess the thing is, you shouldn't have expected too much from a guy like me.
He's got a point. Why do we expect anything from this guy? I can't think of a reason.
Hey, come on. Don't let it get you down. It's Edgeworth. This guy's still hiding something. I know it. What did you mean, detective? Don't forget what this guy said a minute ago. If you really want to know, last night, I saw something incredible. He's right. Larry. Well, what? You're looking at me like a hungry dog that just found a bone.
Larry, even Discord mods have a better chance at getting a girlfriend than you.
Damn. Just murdered the man.
Pearl shows up. So, Pearl, what are you up to? Larry becomes a Discord mod. So, Phoenix, where's that Pearl girl?
Get out of here.
Phoenix like, Judge, I have a special case we need tried over.
The judge says, just like, guilty. He doesn't even hear it out, just guilty. What was the something incredible you saw last night? Don't select it. There's something you need to check real quick.
Okay.
You're going to tell me, Larry, one way or another.
Okay.
Investigate the flags.
Oh, okay.
What is this festive-looking ornament? It reminds me of art class in grade school. We used to have a lot of fun decorating the classroom with origami, remember? Well, Oh yeah! You were never any good at it. Really? Yeah, this guy was so bad, he couldn't even fold $1, let alone a crane. Everyone tried to comfort him, but he would just sit there sobbing.
You know, if you fold $1 in the right way, you can spell the word hentai.
You know, you could you can spell boner.
We're mature, I swear.
Really? I never would have thought. Be quiet already! I'll never forget the shame of that day. You want a crane? I can now make a perfect 1/4-inch crane without a single flaw. You know, Edgy, nothing for nothing, but a 1/4-inch crane without a single flaw is not easy. Yeah, that's quite a feat, Prosecutor Edgeworth. This is exactly why I hate childhood friends.
Maybe you should meet a girl childhood friend and not Larry. Childhood friends are awesome, just not Larry. Hello, time machine. I'd like to return this, childhood friend. What's the problem? It's a Larry. All right. Got the receipt.
Okay.
Achievement unlocked. I hate childhood friends.
Yep, now you can talk to Larry. I wanted you to get the achievement.
Thank you.
I already told you, didn't I? I saw lightning strike Dusky Bridge. Yes, and I believe it was an incredible sight you saw. But now I think about it, something doesn't quite ring true. What doesn't? If that's all there is to your story, your heart wouldn't have had all those locks. Therefore, Larry, I do believe you saw something last night. Something more incredible than lightning. But what? When? Where? Why? Ow! Hey! What do you think you're doing? If you're hiding anything from Mr. Edgeworth, I'll arrest you on the spot, pal. Ah!
What, another set of locks? Oh, this time it's heavy, too. What the crap?
What? Well, what's wrong, sir? Does this mean I have to do it all over again? Why are you glaring at me like I'm next to be hit by a bolt of lightning?
Keep pushing us and you just might, Larry.
I've just about had it with this Harlequin. I really want to drag the truth out of him. I'll just have to drag him to the witness stand.
You have gotta be. What do you think? Do we have enough time to do the first day trial?
Let me take a look at what we got here. It's a pretty long one. Remember, we are going to be doing this tomorrow, right?
That is the plan, yes.
I say we take it on tomorrow. We could do a trial and investigation.
Very well, then. Oh, we got a follower. Mech-Thylid. Mech-Thylid. Welcome. Thanks for the follow. Okay, guys. Tomorrow, 5 o'clock Eastern Time. We're getting on with this, this trial. So...
Yeah, let me just explain. July, like the last week of July, last few weeks of July, and the beginning part of August is incredibly busy for me, so we're just going to be front-loading these, for those that don't know already.
we're gonna try our best to get this done this month. So, fingers crossed. We'll need a backup day just in case, I think.
Just in
we'll-
case.
Yeah, we'll work that out later. All right, guys, we will see you tomorrow.
Peace.